Snezhnaya in the daytime is like crisp. It's open. It's like you can almost feel the crisp air and the openness of this whole place. In the nighttime, with the warm lights, the stars in the sky drifting in between. Well, I should say the snow drifting between the stars that almost like meld together with the snowflakes and snow. It's such like a winter wonderland. It's gorgeous. Because sometimes you'll have places that look better, I think, in the daytime. Sometimes you have places that look better in the nighttime. And I think that, like, what Snezhnaya has is, yeah, like, it's like during the nighttime, crisp, clear, it almost feels so fresh and open. Nighttime, it's winter wonderland, really magical, really, really pretty. I love it. I love how it looks. I really do. Especially, like, the buildings as well. Again, the warm lights in the buildings. The lights over here. And the music, too, is so gorgeous also. And then look at this. This looks like an ice palace. You know, it's so cool. And I love how Genshin areas can change depending on the day. Yeah, honestly. Hello, Baby Gexas. This is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is Genshin Impact. And this is Snezhnaya, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to keep going through this as well. Let's head over here, I guess. We're going to Snezhnaya to go to the Torchlight Books. I can't wait to explore more of these areas and see where else the story is going as well. Should we get this over here too? Look. It's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. Oh, we didn't even go down here last... No, we did. We came from here. This is where we started, I think. Yeah, that's where we started. And then we got the tour of the whole place as well. But now we're going to get to see more of this place. We didn't walk around this place physically. I actually did delete all the constructs of the map. The reason I did this wasn't because I didn't think it was a cool idea. It is a cool idea. It's because I was so worried at some point I was going to walk past a construct that says boss ahead or something, you know, or something like that. Yeah, it's a cool idea, but I think also as well, personally, I think I kind of like... I don't know. I think I like the immersive nature of not having them here more. When I saw them, I thought they were really cool, and I think they are really cool. But I kind of like how immersive this game is, like, without them. This is so gorgeous, too. Like, look, again, we're talking about the warm lights mixed with the cold snow. It's such a great touch. So, yeah, we're going to keep them off. We're definitely going to keep them off, at least for now. Let's see where Snezhnaya is up here. Up here? Oh, my God. It is a cozy place, right? Not a lot of books here, but... Not a lot of books, but...
I've ordered for the both of us. No objections, I assume. I'm sure you trust my taste.
No problem. Yeah, 110%. Like, I love that. I love going to a place and then having someone else order for me. That's lovely, you know?
Okay, let's get down to business.
Oh my God!
I'm guessing you don't actually have any urgent business with Tartaglia, per se. You just want information, right?
Yep, you got it. But how's he doing anyway? Exactly what I would like to say. Because again, it's one of those things where, like... Yes, we're here for information, and he was the first person we talked to, because it makes sense. He's like someone who would, you know, if a train was late if a train went left without us, and like, you know, we were late for the train, Tartaglia would like fight the train. Not the people on the train, the physical train. You know what I mean? Well, you shouldn't have done that to the traveler, huh? The trains are inanimate. I know it is, but I gotta teach you a lesson. I know it's not real, but if I don't do this, everyone's gonna be mean to the traveler again, you know? So I always wanted to make sure he's doing okay as well.
Wanna take a guess?
Has he been picking fights again?
Of course you'd say that. You shouldn't underestimate Counselor Tartaglia, you know.
Counselor?
That's right. I'm sure you've heard of the Snezhnaya Betcha by now. Well, he's busy preparing some paperwork for their next
He's a counselor? I don't know if that's the same meaning in country to country, but like, well done, Tartaglia.
They'll be discussing yet another extension to Project Stuja. It's basically all anyone cares about in Vetcha these days.
Tartaglia, counselor, sorry, doesn't just a little hard to imagine. Doesn't exactly strike me as a pen pusher. I think it's fair. I think it's not even an insult, right? Like, Tartaglia is someone who like thinks on emotion. He has tunnel vision a lot of times too. Which is not wrong. Like, again, I think like his emotion is sweet. It's so sweet, and it's such a great trait. Even though he's like, you know, an absolute like psychopath. He's our psychopath. You know what I mean? I wouldn't trade him for the world. He doesn't strike me as a pen pusher. Yeah, like honestly, but I'm very proud of him.
Yeah, he's more of the shoot first, ask questions later.
But I'm so proud of him. I'm so happy to hear he's doing well. That's awesome. And he's actually like, you know, I hope he's happy. I hope he's happy, 110%.
It all started with a very detailed letter that Capitano left for the Jester,
Right.
Piero, before leaving for Natlan.
There's the Jester again.
In that letter,
Oh,
he
the
detailed the
captain.
future arrangements for his subordinates. All of his key people were reassigned to Tartaglia.
No way. He took over the captain's people. And they're a loyal bunch, right? They are a loyal bunch. They were loyal to the captain.
I guess he'd already prepared to leave us for good all the way back then. But Piero didn't reveal the contents of the letter until the events in Natlan had concluded.
Why Tartaglia? I mean, it's a good question, right?
That was his reaction, too. Why
Oh,
me?
look at
With a
him.
bewildered look on his face.
He's just the guy, you know? He's just the guy, you know? He's just incredibly beautiful, morally justified guy. People are gonna be like, okay, Calvin. Slow down to the morally justified. I'm just saying, you know? If did things wrong, why cute? It's a good question. It's one of those philosophical questions.
He'd always assumed Capitano looked down on him. He was a man who kept his thoughts to himself and barely spoke to him the whole time they'd known each other. But he occasionally brought Tartaglia along to my tea parties back in the day.
Yeah, we saw that, didn't we?
So to the rest of us, it was clear that Capitano had quite a lot of
Aw.
respect for his young comrade.
He was like, he saw something in Tartaglia. That's so amazing. The captain was freaking tall, because Tartaglia's a tall dude.
By the rest of us, I mean my tea party regulars. Arlecchino, Rosaline,
Rosaline.
and... Actually, not Columbina. She was probably oblivious to it.
She didn't care. Well, not that she didn't care. It's just like, yeah, she's oblivious. She's just like, okay, whatever, you know. Man, that's so cool. The captain like really saw something in Tartaglia, and again, it creates kind of like a cool dynamic for the Fatui Harbingers, that it's not just like obviously like a crew of people that are like, you know, working towards the Ceresa's aims. They think of each other, and we know that already. We know that like, you know, these characters care about each other. We know that like, you know, Pantalone and Dottori had like great respect for each other. We know now as well, as we've seen here, the captain had great respect for Tartaglia, and clearly Tartaglia thought highly of him as well, because like to think that someone is feels like they're above you sometimes, it does involve at least somewhat of like a respect of like, yeah, he's really serious and he's imposing, you know. I'm not saying he was better than Tartaglia, I'm saying, you know, the perception. I love that they show like the interpersonal relationships.
Anyway, then the Liu-S situation happened. Normally, it took a lot to get under
Wow.
Capitano's skin, but that time he was furious. It's not really my place to talk about it, though. You can ask Tartaglia about it
Am I not
sometime.
mistaken in saying, would he also be furious at... Wasn't Signora involved in like some sort of like manipulation thing? Maybe I'm misremembering, but there was like some sort of manipulation going on as well. Tartaglia, I want to make clear, he did do the action. Like he attempted to do the action. I want to make that clear. But I'm saying that like, I wonder if he was angry as well at some other people too. But I think his anger here, clearly at Tartaglia, if he respected him, was out of a more of a, like, what the hell, like, you know, a disappointment. Because, you know, when you think so highly of someone.
Basically, Tartaglia probably had the wrong idea about Capitano all along. Right up until Piero revealed the letter he'd left behind. Capitano believed that despite Tartaglia's immaturity, he showed great potential. Plus, he possessed a kind of purity rarely seen among members of the Fatui.
Like, he has, like, kind of a very fresh... He does have kind of, like, a... Even if he's, like, he's, like, can be very, like, perceptually cold-blooded. He has, like, a very bright-eyed view of the world as well, you know, which is really, really sweet. But, yeah, this 100% the captain got angry at him after Liyue. If he got angry about Liyue, he was furious about Liyue. More because he definitely saw something in Tartaglia. He definitely did. And that's very, very beautiful. It is. To be upset with someone because they made a big mistake or did something wrong, you know, can come from you being very rude about it, not liking the person in the first place. But it's very clear here that it was like, man, you of all people, you had such a future. You have such a future. And that's why he gave him his people as well. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's one of the few things that I'd agree those two have in common. But there's one other reason why Capitano chose Tartaglia to assume command of his troops.
Which is?
He knew that after he was gone, several of the others would swoop in on his army like vultures.
He's very smart. The captain was very smart.
With the ones who stood to benefit the most being the rooster Pulcinella and Regrator Pantalone.
Who are involved in... Are they involved in Project Sousa?
Once they divided Capitano's troops between them, they'd be more powerful than ever. no one would be able to stop
So the
them.
captain like aimed to stop the three of them, which honestly, like from what we've heard, we haven't heard like a lot of the Jester compared to the other two, but like we do know that Mr. Pringle is involved in some political finagling and Project STUSA, right? We know as well that with Pantalone, he objectively is someone who like was involved in some very horrible things in Sumeru. So, and the captain's not an idiot. So the captain thinking, okay, who's the best person I can give these people to, who will not seek? And I think it's true. Like Tartaglia doesn't have like views of taking over the world or being the most powerful person like politically. I think he probably made the right choice.
So, you can see why Capitano chose to hand that letter to Piero, right?
Because the Jester needs to maintain a balance of power. That's so interesting as well. Oh my god, this is all so interesting. Did he give the letter to Piero so Piero could still be the person who so Piero could still feel like he was in control and powerful at the time?
Exactly. Piero also needed to back a harbinger as soon as possible. And all things considered, Tartaglia was the best choice.
There we go.
Even though Tartaglia has had the support of Northland Bank for a long time, he and Pantalone are ultimately not cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, hell yeah, they're not. Hell yeah, they're not.
I'd say Capitano made a good judgment call.
I agree.
Anyone else caught in this situation would probably feel like they'd been hung out to dry.
Yeah, and I think she's talking about this support in the Northern Bank as well. But as I said, like I think that like if you're like, it's like why would they? Why they gave the ring to Frodo? I do think Tartaglia is while like you could say he was usually manipulating and stuff like this as well. I think the current Tartaglia is not easily corrupted and has more of a vision of like the love that he wants to express to the world and violence. I want to make this clear because like I think some people are gonna be like, Calvin, you have a very romantic view of Tartaglia, which I don't think so. I acknowledge all the time like the wrong he has done in the past or the violence that he loves to give to the world. And how he is like, sometimes just an absolute like psychopath. But again, I do think he also has like this open nature of the world too that I love too. And I love his psychopathic nature. I love how crazy he is.
His best course of action will be to distance himself from any shady business, while still maintaining friendly relations with Pantalone, but seeking Pulcinella's support at the same time.
So his best course will be to distance himself from any shady business, true, maintaining friendly relations with Pantalone, and getting support. So it's the best way to avoid, okay. Are you sure it's okay to tell me all this information? So is this what Tartaglia has to do now? So maintain friendly relations with Pantalone, seeking Pulcinella's support, which is in the Veshe, right? And then, okay. All right, grand.
What's the point in having a tea party if you don't spill a little tea?
I love her.
Besides, none of this is confidential anyway. Ask any journalist out there. They'll give you all the details.
They know as well. Yeah.
You'll see it firsthand if you ever sit in on a session of the Snezhnograd Vecha. All the factional strife, whether open or unspoken, it plays out for all to see in that one little room.
I mean, that's modern politics, right? We get to see every single debate that goes on between every single politician now inside government buildings, which is good. It's very good.
Having a voice in the Vecha is the only way to steer policies in your favor. So, every person in that room represents a particular interest group.
Okay.
Pantalone, for instance, represents the financial sector, and Tartaglia represents the Fatui soldiers.
Wow, so that's what the captain would have represented as well, then I guess, as well?
Personally, I have no interest in political jousting.
Same.
But since I have a number of engineers and researchers under my command, I have to make their voices heard.
Okay.
Then there's Pulcinella,
oh my God.
the linchpin of the Vecha. He represents politics itself.
Look at this design as well from behind. He's so little.
Everything involves him, so nothing can bypass him. Any issue that comes up, he knows how to mediate. That's what the Tsaritsa values most about him.
So he's he's like a political mastermind almost. This explains a lot. Man, Mr. Pringle's like a political mastermind. Oh my God. I love this explanation. I love this so much, like hearing where Tartaglia's, what he's doing in the Veshe, what Pantalone's doing, how Tartaglia post Capitano world has to maintain like relationships and like has to like get involved in like not shady business, but kind of in a way has to play somewhat of a political game now, which is very different from what Tartaglia's used to doing. As we said, he's not that type of person all the time. So he seems like he's gonna have to like, at least like maintain a good relationship with some of these people.
I'm starting to see why everyone is so frustrated with the way things are, but also powerless to change it.
It seems like no matter what, there's a roadblock, which is probably the Mr. Pringle. And the people who have the interests of the Fatuian mind are quite powerful as well.
A complex web of interests connects all parties involved, and the Tsaritsa sitting at the top adds another layer of complexity.
Great explanations here.
It must be nearly impossible to come up with a perfect solution.
Okay, I see what they're talking about here as well. Because I was thinking like the roadblock of Mr. Pringle, but it's also the fact that like since there's so many different political parties and different interests, it's hard to get to one solution. Most places, like we have like 3 main parties and multiple different parties as well. We have 3 most popular parties, and then we have other parties as well, and then we have independents over here as well. But usually what happens is like the same party that has the most power usually gets what they want in the end.
All right, I'm done carrying this conversation. Time for you to answer a
Anything.
question of mine.
Anything whatsoever.
You must have known that you can get the info you needed from me. So why was
Oh my
Tartaglia the first
God.
person you asked to see and not me?
You're not jealous, are you? What makes you ask that? Honestly, though, like, it's legitimately, like, because, like, first of all, we hadn't seen Tartaglia in a while, but also, like, we got a letter thinking, you know, hey, we didn't want to get you in trouble, you know?
I just don't understand, that's all. Anyway, do I really need a reason?
Snezhnaya, if we knew you would help us, you know we'd jump to you right away. Easily.
Wait. Oh, I think I know what it is. Columbina passed on my message to you before you left Not Cry, right?
Mm-hmm.
I only meant you should be mindful of which side you're on. Is that actually why you didn't ask for me? Because you took that to heart?
I guess that's part of the reason. I wanted to make sure I wasn't being disrespectful. Yeah, and it's fair. Like, we didn't want to involve her in too much as well, but, like, she came to us, which is very good as well.
You... fair enough. It's not your fault.
Aww.
I blame all these politicians I've been hanging around with lately. Always beating about the bush when they talk. I guess it must have rubbed off on me.
That's a pretty honest look at yourself. And honestly, I think she's able to do this more post event, the sunny summer Fontanalia, because I feel like she's way more open with her own feelings now. But also, like, it makes sense. Like, if you hang around with people that are always like trying to get speak in riddles, basically, you're probably gonna do the same.
Anyway, just ask for my help next time, okay? Little things like this are no problem.
Snezhnaya, anytime, I'd love to. Like, meeting with you guys is my favorite thing in the world. It's so great.
Lady Marionette.
What now? Can't you see I'm on my
love her.
break? Whatever it is, just leave it on my desk. I'll look at it later.
She's brilliant.
Sorry to disturb you during your break, ma'am, but I'm afraid it's an
Oh
emergency.
no.
Isn't it always? I've told you before. Fixing the tracks and transporting ice blocks does not constitute an emergency.
What is he gonna say this is?
The equipment in Svietlo-Lightovka is in urgent need of maintenance. With how the weather's been recently, we suspect that the cause is a buildup of snow, exceeding the maximum weight limit. The supports on one of the machines broke and fell, awakening a dormant beast and leaving many of the
Whoa.
ice miners trapped in a nearby ice cave. Luckily, Odette's team was nearby and launched a rescue operation, but we're still facing a severe manpower shortage for both the rescue and engineering teams.
Is that an emergency? That sounds like an emergency.
I guess that's it then. Our tea party will have to end here. I'm the only engineer you'll need.
I kind of want to go with you. I promise Paimon won't go too far.
Do you actually want to come with, or are you just saying that?
I owe you for the tea you shared me. I can't just stand by when people are in danger. I agree. I think Paimon won't understand.
Nice of you to return the favor. I'll have a couple of people look after Paimon. They can let her
So
know
sweet.
that you
Thank
had
you
to
so
step
much.
out for a while. Given how urgent this
Yes.
is, I'm sure she'll understand.
And again, post Act 9 and 10, Paimon also understands that sometimes we will be separated, and sometimes we have our own things we have to do. And I think it's becoming more and more apparent, like how mature she's gotten as well.
And honestly, I'd rather have your help than anyone else's. Between your skills and
Yeah.
experience, you'd be reliable
Hell
help.
yeah, great, thanks. Sounds like a plan. I love that we have just so many besties in the Harbingers now. It's so good.
Then let's go. You, take 2 people to Pavorier restaurant. Find his room and watch it like a
so
hawk
sick.
until we get back.
She's so protective.
If anything happens to Paimon,
Oh my god.
you'll be answering to
I love her. I love her. The goat.
Yes, Lady
The
Marionette.
goat. She said, I will literally murder you. Great conversation. Absolutely great. Again, I didn't expect a thing with Tartaglia, but I love it. And it's not like a thing where I didn't expect Tartaglia to be smart. Tartaglia is like, anyone who calls him stupid, I think, doesn't understand Tartagula's character. He is someone who, like, is very, like, aware of, like, he has tunnel vision, but, like, in moments of, like, crisis, you know, he's able to understand, like, when, you know, like, say the stuff that happened in Fontaine, for example. Like, he has this really think on your toes type intelligence that is so smart. Again, there's so many different types of intelligence. As I always say, like if you put a math equation in front of Romer, I am dying. I am literally going to cry. You put it like an English essay in front of Romer, I probably will have a better time. You know, it's different types of things, right? And I feel like, you know, Tartaglia is anything but dumb. Anything but. But he is someone who, again, you wouldn't expect to be a pencil pusher. So the idea that, like, the captain left over his troops to him, and then he has to be in the best interest of the soldiers of the Fatui, is such a great touch here as well to show, like, again, the interpersonal relationships of the Fatui, how the captain respected Tartaglia so much. It's actually really great. It's a really great moment here for showing off the Fatui, right? It is. And they always do a good job with that as well, making them more human, making it feel more grounded. I love the city streets as well. It's so cool. It's so cool. It's also the fact as well, we got to learn a little bit more about the politics of the area, how things are not getting done or not being always in the best interest of everyone, because to get stuff done, you literally have to, like, you know, have a bunch of people who are under on one banner, but all have different interests in mind when it comes to maybe the troops or money or, you know, the roadblock that is the Mr. Pringle. There's, like, all these different interests that are involved as well, but we get to get a little insight into, like, also Mr. Pringle and how he is, like, this kind of, like, is this, like, the be-all and end-all of the politics here, and he's so trusted by the Tsaritsa because he's able to get political things done very, very quickly, in terms of at least the best interest for maybe, like, you know, the Tsaritsa, and in some cases, maybe relief for people in Snezhnaya, hopefully. The music is so gorgeous, so magical, like a dance, like a waltz. It's so gorgeous. Yeah, it's such a great insight into the political nature of this stuff as well. It really is. And I love as well that, like, Snezhnaya also said that everyone could tell that the captain respected Tartaglia. That's a really great thing to me as well, because that shows on the surface he was, like, very, very, he thought very highly of him. Look at this. It's like a nutcracker. I just want to take a quick look. We're obviously going to be exploring the whole area as time goes on, and naturally we will probably see a lot of this place too. But it's such a great location. But yeah, great insight into the politics and the relationships of the Fatui once again. The outfits are great too. They're really good. So we have to make sure, by the way, to go to the adventures, because I don't do a lot of dailies all the time, right? And I usually do them, if I'm doing dailies, I'll do them in, like, Mondstadt or something. What's so funny is that, and I haven't done dailies in a long time, just being real. Well, no, I technically did on my recent, because remember last week I said I had to or the last episode, I said I had to, like, replay up to the point that I was in this episode because, I was, I was. Remember, you can look back to the last episode what I was talking about, like, but yeah, I did dailies that time because obviously you get a lot of adventure rank for it. But I remember I went to Fontaine and I actually didn't have. Oh, we have to go from here. Wait, do we go by train? Do you think? Wait. Oh. Oh no, I thought we could travel to here. Do you think we go by train? Possibly. So should we try? Because this is a long. I mean, I have no problem walking there. Like I'll walk the tracks, but, like, I want to see if we maybe go there as well. But when I went to Fontaine, it wasn't until, like, Farina's quest that I talked to Catherine.
This is a new sight for me. A rather bleak one, I must say.
Should we try and go to? Oh, this is so amazing! Look at this from here as well. How beautiful. How absolutely beautiful. Should we try go down to the train station and see if, like, we can go by train? Oh, this ain't our train, but basement dweller. It's a Pokemon. I'm running this train now. Wait, we're actually traveling. Where to though? Wait, oh my god, do you think we picked the right train? No way. No way, oh my god, we did, that's awesome. Okay, that's amazing. I know we can still travel to the world, like, we're gonna be doing exploration stuff very soon too, but Oh my god. Are we going the right way? Guys, we are, I think. I think we are. I think we're heading down here. Oh my god, guys. That's incredible. I'm so... This is... Oh, guys, this is the greatest. This is the greatest time I've had in my life in this game, which is saying a lot. Look at that. What is that? What is that? Are we still going the right way? We are. Oh my god, this is the best. With the music too, I didn't expect it to. I was gonna like try and see if I could move it myself. You can jump out the train.
Next stop, Svietlo.
Oh my god.
Passengers alighting at Svietlo.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Disembark.
Oh my god, guys. This is just such a charming, like and it makes the world feel so alive that they do this in like a realistic fashion, right? You know what I mean? They could have just done a cutscene. They could have literally just fast traveled you there, but I love the idea that we get to travel here on train. And if we wanted to, we could do this too. Like, it's... Oh my god, Genshin, you are the GOAT. Okay, I think we might have to have conversations about Genshin going from like top 5 to top 4 favorite games of all time, guys, because of this train stuff. Where do you think our train's gonna stop here? Maybe we can get out as soon as it stops anyway. And everyone's reading papers. Krishina's like staring at me as if I'm a weirdo. Sorry, it's my first time on a train that in this game that's not my own. Sorry, Krishina. It's okay. Thanks, Krishina. Krishina the GOAT. This is so amazing. We're stopping on this side. Oh my god, guys! Can I be honest with you? I have a feeling in my stomach, a fire here that's like excitement and just such appreciation for how real the world feels now. And I already felt real. You guys know I talk about how Genshin does a good job making the world feel real all the time. I talk about this every single freaking quest because they make an effort. What is that? Should I wait for the train to stop? Sorry. Hey! It's okay. And it's the platform. Oh, wait. We gotta do it right. Oh my god. Thank you, Mr. Train Driver. Thank you. That is incredible. That is absolutely incredible. I always talk about how the game feels so alive. They make efforts to make the game feel real. Like, for example, like I always talk about how like when you're not around, the game keeps moving. The characters keep doing stuff around the time as well. No one waits for you to show up all the time, right? Unless you're involved in a main part of the quest. The world keeps turning. It feels alive. It feels real. People have jobs. People have loved ones. They have things they do on the side when you're not there. And then they do stuff like this as well, which just adds to the realness as well. What's this? Some kind of invite? And it's an invitation. It says, Pavlina, Grand Duchess of the is inviting whoever's holding this invitation to attend a wedding? Those who attend a ceremony may be present as invitation is proof that they have been invited. So the wedding is being held at the House of Hesp something up on the snowy mountain? House of Hesperdes. Yes, it was once home to the sovereign ruler Snegovic. As for Pavlina, that name does sound familiar. So Pavlina, the princess of the Snezhnaya, might be tied to Goggles Pass too? Most likely. Let's go check out this princess wedding then. Is this a world quest? No way. Okay, we'll check that out a bit as well. That sounds like it's a world quest and that sounds amazing as well. Let's get this waypoint as well. Incredible stuff. Okay. We will be doing world quests as soon as possible as well after we've done everything too. Of course, we're going to be taking right. Where is the actual waypoint? It's over here. Oh man, that was awesome. And then we go back into this beautiful snow. The cold blue. Oh my god. It is like, yeah, it's like an industrial place. Like a work site. Music is so sparkly, so beautiful, like a lullaby almost. Again, so much emotions. It's funny, I'm playing this on Xbox now. Because I want storage on my PlayStation. So like this actually freed up like about nearly 200 gigabytes on my PlayStation. And it's the same resolution and everything on Xbox, so it's like fine, you know? Whatchamacallit. But it's so weird seeing the Xbox button still. It is. This is such a cool location as well. Oh.
They weren't exaggerating. This is really dangerous. It's a good thing only one of them broke. From what I've been told, most of the trapped miners are over in that direction.
I'll go rescue them.
Yeah, you do that while I check the rest of the equipment. I'll evacuate the people around here as I go. Meet me back here as soon as you're done.
Great stuff. And it's practical, right? Like, Snezhnaya knows we can handle this. This isn't her just fobbing off work. She's like, okay, yeah, like, if someone's gonna be able to handle this, it's you. It just makes sense. Whereabouts is it, by the way? It's down here. We can jump down there if you want to, but I kind of want to have a look around here as well. Look at you! So cute. Get some warmth too. You can see him collecting crystals there as well. Chest over there. I guess we are jumping down now. How would you get? Because again, I think I'm pretty much known for like never going the right way. But I guess you go from here. But it seems like this is blocked off. It seems. No, maybe not. Is it blocked off? It is. So I guess you do have to jump down. I guess. We're playing as Claran today, and my Claran team. Which I do like this team a lot. Claran just like rips apart people. Which you gotta appreciate.
I have to be getting close.
Don't go any further.
Who's this? Oh, the heels!
It's too dangerous here. There's a highly aggressive
The
monster
eyes.
on the prowl. You need to leave, now.
I'm with Snezhnaya.
Ah, I
Who
see.
is this? Oh, it's Odette!
You're the backup from Snezhnaya.
Oh my god.
I'm Odette. Good to meet you.
Odette, you are fabulous. Oh my god. She's fabulous. She looks like an ice princess. The kind of, again, like the very like ice blue hair. The dress being such a cool pattern. So like fanciful and nice as well, right? With the kind of like, you know, feathered kind of arms. But look at like this sparkly kind of like reflective ice on the skirt, the gloves, and then the shoes, man. Those type of shoes you'd be bragging about forever. You'd be showing off forever. Beautiful stuff. Really cool design. Hello.
Ah, so this is Odette. She was the first member of the Fatui.
Yes, she
on
definitely
the
is
scene.
Fatui. Yeah. Such a cool design. Her eyes are so like crystal, like they're like colored ice as well. So cool. This is so cool. I love seeing new characters as well. I love seeing new characters.
There are 5 people trapped in the cave. Monster type is unknown, and so is its location.
Man, the back of the hair as well. You're so fabulous. Imagine like this is actually what the oh, there's like, look at the swan. I guess it's 2 swans maybe kissing each other, and it makes a heart. It looks like. Because it's double-sided. What's so cool about this, I love seeing new characters. The back of her hair is absolutely fabulous. So imagine Ether was the one saying this, you know? Okay, we gotta say, people, you're fabulous.
Let's go. Every second
Oh
counts.
my god, we're going with Odette? Okay, let's go. I'm so excited. Let's go, Odette. We get to trial her as well already? My guess is then she could... What the freaking? My guess is she could be on the banner then. Oh my god, guys, look at this. Look at this move. Are you kidding me? Let's do it on the ice. I guess it's more water, but the kick and the fabulous, like, pirouette. Oh my god, she's like a ballet. She's like a ballet dancer. Swan Lake type stuff. Look at this. Oh my god. And they let that animation sit if you want it to sit. Look at this. If you want that animation to sit, it will sit. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Just to be sure here. Yeah, I think the colors are way back to, at least back to an appropriate sense. I don't know what happened with the HDR thing either. So we have an, oh, they gave us electric as well. Should we try out the move anyway? So this is this move.
Begin.
What the hell was that? Did we just, what? Oh my god, and it's doing like this, I don't know what they're called. I'm not very good with like the dance move turns, but like, oh my god, this is really cool. And then the ultimate is...
Crystalline Adagio.
insane. Insane. And you see the swans as well as she did that too? This is a fabulous character, guys. The sword is so cool too. I'm so excited. Let's see if she's like, because I do have some like, if she, I'm guessing she's going to be one of the banner.
Something's moving.
Because here's the thing, you could say, oh, well, what about the Jester? But like, I feel like legitimately, like, she's the one we're getting to use right now. Trial her. Usually if you get to trial a character, it sometimes means that, you know, they're on the banner. And she's the newest named character I feel like we've met from this region. Oh my god, look at this. Look at the spotlight. Oh, there's another jump. Okay, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. She does a freaking jump as well. Oh my god, she's fabulous. Is there a fifth one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a fifth one. Is she the greatest character who ever lived? 2. Every single time she ends a move, she's just so fanciful. What about this? Okay, she was born to be fabulous. She was born to be fabulous. She said, I know my calling. Oh, wait, the shadow?
This must be the monster's shadow.
Very cool way to do
Looks
that.
like a tough opponent.
I love her voice as well. It has like a serious tone to it while being very elegant as well. It's very... Oh, it's actually depicting these guys? What does this do? No way, it fights for us as well? That is incredible. And the music as well, the fight music. We should sit and listen to the music for a second as well as we're doing this too. The fight music. See you later, Petunia. I'm okay here. Thanks, Petunia. Very cool move.
Stay back!
Oh no. Or maybe the shadow is moving with these creatures too. Very cool visual though, right? Very cool visual. Oh no, they are still the same shadows, I guess?
Shadow me.
Fluttery strings? Beautiful operatic vocals. Drama, very dramatic. Very cool stuff. And then very like emotional, heavy. It's like a dance, right?
Let's begin.
Get her, Petunia. Very cool stuff. Prism Starlight? Oh. Yeah, I do think they're really cool ideas. See that, Petunia? Like, I like it. I do like it. The constructs thing. Oh man, they're doing a good job with these icy areas. Look at that. Using the lighting to make this place feel so gigantic and scary, right? Because it's like, what is going to be down here if we jump down here, right? But you have to take the plunge. So cool. Very, very, very pleased with the way they've used the ice here in this world. But Genshin never disappoints with location. Never. Oh, this looks like a boss area. Oh no, it's a little guy.
See them. They're right behind the monster. The monster seems very agitated. It could attack at any moment. Let's make the first move.
Let's go. It's just a little guy though. Ice Marauder looking burrow beast.
Lots of the
I don't know what we
snowflakes.
even do yet. Oh my god, it's a big guy. Oh, that's so cool. Wait, so if you click this again, you attack together. Very cool. Very, very cool, guys. This is a really cool character. I generally think that, like, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think having, like, a new region character could be a motivation. Again, I'm not sure if it will, but it definitely could be a motivation. We'll see how I feel of, like, getting back into leveling up characters. Like, it could be. You never know.
Thank
The
you
excitement,
for
you know?
saving us.
We'd have been monster fodder otherwise.
That was a really cool enemy, honestly. Look at the back of her dress. Look at this. Like, this sparkles in the kind of like see-through netting. The heart with the swan and the heart of the swan at the bottom as well. Really cool, guys. This is one of the like the prettiest characters in terms of just like pure elegance and a fabulous nature.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You should be safe now. Follow this route out. He and I will stay behind to watch the rear.
The path's been cleared now. It's safe now.
Thank you. Come on, let's go. This way.
Ah, she's fabulous. She's absolutely fabulous. I love the fashion so
I've
much.
searched the area. Pretty sure the monster made a tactical retreat.
And even like, I'm not mistaken, like I even think there's like a blue tint. Maybe it's just because the reflections, but there's like a blue tint to even like her like skin as well. You know, it's like she really feels like an ice princess. Well, this is Lair?
Yeah, but with us here, it won't be coming back
You
anytime
are
soon.
fabulous. Look at that tiara.
It may be small, but don't be fooled. It's a ferocious beast. People are just food in its eyes. It's lucky we got here when we did. The trapped miners have been successfully evacuated. Time for us to leave.
Wait, this place. There's something unusual about
Oh my
it.
god, when there's something unusual, you know it's gonna get serious. Oh my god, and the cutscene as well. Look at the animations here already. It's so smooth. Wait, what are we doing? No way. What is that? I mean, I know it's a sword, but what?
What is that?
I don't know.
We just like summoned a sword?
It's back?
Guess it has family.
Oh my god, the drama! Oh my god, it's so good! They were like two like action heroes in the movie there. Guess it has family. What a line.
This way. Run!
Oh my god, this is so good. And of course, Aether's being cool. When they let him be cool, he's like the coolest person in history, man. Look at this, chopping away the ice blocks as he's jumping from place to place. Aether. Of course. Oh my god. She's like, I will do parkour, but elegantly. Look at her, man. Oh my god. Flying through. I've never seen someone aggressively run from something. Oh my god, and he created it for her as well.
Thanks.
That was so sick. What a
get out
great
of here.
teamwork. That was sick. That was so sick. I've never seen someone run from like an avalanche and like a breaking apart of a cave, like as if they were doing like a freaking ballet dance. Last second escape. Wow. That was so good. Oh my god, that was so good. We got you obtain a special weapon, X-Wing's blade, deepened in the cave. Its origins remain a mystery, and further details may be uncovered through further adventures. Yes, please, check a Rooney. Destroy. Oh. View enhancements? We have to, okay, that's fine. Let's not look into that any further. Oh my god. That was an amazing scene. And again, we talk about showing off a character, like, to have like an avalanche happen basically inside of a cave and a collapse inside of a cave. And one of the best ways, you could have like, you could have had a scene there, right? And I mean this, right? You could have a scene there where Aether grabs onto her hand and drags her up and saves her. We'd all be gagging. Because again, the animations are so good, the moment will be so dramatic, and I'm not saying a bad way of gagging. It'll be a good scene. It's like Aether saves this new person and gains their trust, right? That's a great idea. But what they did here instead was still show that Aether and her worked together. Showed this moment where they not only got along but had amazing teamwork, where Aether created that block that let her slide down, but it added to her elegance and her ability. That block wasn't like this thing where it was like, you know, it was Aether giving her that last push she needed, because she was being so like fanciful and masterful, twisting and turning so elegantly and so finely, and like it was so like almost meticulous. She made an avalanche look like it was a dance, right? they used that scene instead to have it again. It would have been great having a moment where Aether just grabs her hand or something, or having a moment where like she grabs Aether's hand. Either or, it would have been great, right, to save each other. Instead, they have this teamwork and then show off what she can do amongst this beauty. Amongst this carnage. She can turn a carnage moment into a graceful dance. What a way to show off a character. What a way. And again, I love that. Again, I love those like movie lines as well, because again, as I said, Genshin feels always like one of the most realistic games to me that people pretend isn't realistic. It's realistic within its own world, because I think whenever you say something's realistic, okay, people go, it's a fantasy
Everyone's
world.
Accounted for. We managed to rescue them all. We also placed a sign at the entrance
Lovely.
to the cave, warning people to stay
Very
away.
lovely. Just to finish my thought, when people say, "Oh, like, it's not realistic, it's a fantasy game," it's like, but you have to be realistic within your own world, even in fantasy.
You really held your own today. I still don't know your name.
I'm Wonder, an adventurer.
Don't think I've seen you before. I'll remember the name. All right then. See you around.
I'll remember your name as well, Odette, and I hope you're on the batter, because that was freaking amazing. Sandrone,
Hello, Lady Marionette.
this is my new bestie. Sandrone shouldn't be surprised that, like, I know we're not besties yet, but like within 2 seconds, the Traveler is already getting along with someone else as well, you know?
I hear the rescue operation was a great success. I knew I could count on
Yeah.
you. What brings you here, Odette? Here for a performance?
Oh, I'd love to see your performance.
No, a Fatui mission. I happened to be nearby and heard the
And
crash.
that's the thing, though. She's like, no, I didn't do a performance, right? But she kind of did do a performance. Like, she turned a cave-in into a freaking magical ballet. I'm not surprised she's a performer at all. The fact that she has an outfit that is very ballet-esque. It's very, like, Nutcracker-esque and, like, you know, stuff like that as well. Swan Lake and stuff like that as well. It's very, like, you know, ballet-like.
She hasn't introduced herself then. Odette is the prima ballerina
Yeah.
of Snezhnaya. She's quite the
Wow, look
celebrity.
how fabulous she is, man. What a great introduction for a character.
If you ever hear people mention the two crowning jewels of the Korailievsky troupe, they're talking about Odette and the prima donna, Vodianitsa.
Love the way she puts a tinge on her voice there. Vinanista. That's why when the whole thing is spilling tea, Sandrone would be so good at like gossiping, which she is. She's very good at gossiping, just with that tone at the end, you know. I hear he was doing this down the lake. Yeah.
On top of that, Odette's also a rising Fatui star. It's looking likely she'll inherit the title of the Fair Lady.
Wait, inherit the title of the Fair Lady, and then it said Signora. Are they saying Signora was the Fair Lady?
She learned all her combat skills from
Whoa.
Rosaline herself. Used to be one of her most valued subordinates, too.
Guys. She is the mentee of the mentor Signora. That's such a great connection. It makes sense completely why they brought Rosaline back, obviously, as well. Function-wise and story-wise, she's such a great... Rosaline is such a great like heartache for a lot of people, and she's such a great emotional core even after she's gone for the story for a lot of characters, and she's so great with that stuff. But also the fact that we're meeting like someone who was trained by Rosaline.
You flatter me, Lady Marionette.
You okay, Traveler?
If she's Rosaline's protege, that makes me... Never mind. There's no need to bring it up. No point making things awkward.
What do you mean?
How's progress on your end, Lady Marionette?
That makes me... What do you... That makes me... Are we talking about because we fought Rosaline in the past? But I think even like some of the best friends of Rosaline, like... Maybe not happy about it, but I think they kind of understood that it was kind of like Fatui business that clashed with us. But we didn't end her life in the end. That was the Raiden Shogun. You know what I mean? I don't think we would have killed her in the end at all. Like, and you know, it's like, yeah. I wonder if that's what he meant. Like, it's like that makes me, like, I don't know. We'll see anyway where it goes. But that's the only connection I can really think of.
Equally successful. I finished reinforcing all the equipment. Took me a little longer without Polonia's help. But the outcome is the same, of course. Even if the heavy snowfall summoned by that monster lasts for another 3 months straight, this equipment won't give way.
Okay, that's great.
All right, now that we're done here, it's time to get out of this blizzard.
That's it? Is there more work to be done here? And by the way, I hope it didn't make it sound like I'm saying like if Odette like was. It sounds like I'm saying that like why would she care? I didn't mean like that. I think everyone has their own different emotions. Everyone's a different person. You can't judge situations based on anyone else's viewpoint. If Odette was like oh you fought Rosalina in Inazuma or whatever, and she was upset by that, like that's her prerogative, and obviously you can't just judge her based on how the Fatui view us. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Sure, but Snezhnaya will send someone to investigate and draw up a relief plan. And I guess I'll have to write the incident report myself this time, since it involves a mechanical malfunction. First, Pantalone needs to approve the budget, then Pulcinella has to sign off on the plan.
So much stuff.
Once they've argued it out and reached a compromise, we can move forward.
Yeah, there's so many things involved with this, right? It's such like a constant process, it seems,
That's the rough process anyway. Could take anywhere from a couple of weeks to a couple of months, depending on how smoothly it goes.
In the meantime, we hear people here just wait. So yeah, that's what they talked about as well, and that's what the Traveler said things take so long to get done, because they have to go through so many like different avenues and so many different pipes to get to the main area.
Yup, nothing we can do about it. There's a whole stack of incident reports like this back at the office.
I think it's a really realistic way they're approaching it, because that's what can happen a lot of times with politics.
The snow has eased a little for now, but there's no telling when that will change with that monster still at large. Fuel for heating is in short supply.
Wow.
And relief is weeks away. There's no immediate threat to life, but still...
I love the Traveler's thinking about this, because this shows again how much of compassion he has as well, because you would be thinking about this stuff, right? For a lot of people in Snezhnaya, it's very normalized now in a lot of ways, even though it's still horrible, the stuff that's happening. But yeah, fuel is in short supply. There's still a monster on the loose. There's a lot of red tape and bureaucracy that's clogging this up.
It just feels like there should be a better way.
Odette, you feeling the same thing? Her hair is just incredible, guys. Like, oh my god. I bet that took hours.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Let's get back to Snezhnaya.
Sure. And like the thing is, like, hair design and makeup design.
When did you get a new sword?
I found it.
I found it in a cave. It handles pretty nicely.
You have a strange affinity for secondhand swords.
Yeah. Beautiful. Oh my god, the cabins area over here as well is so cool. This place is just so gorgeous. I'm a big fan of winter. I love snow. I love the cold. And it might be just because I grew up in Ireland that, like, the majority of time in our country, like, well, a large percentage, I would say 60% of the time is cold. I would say like 30% of the time is like really cold for us. And then, like, I would say that, like, the rest of the time is, there's like, I would say 30% like comfortable warmth, and then like 10% searing heat. I would say that's a good balance. But I do love cold areas, and this area is so fabulous as well. It's so pretty. And again, it's the warm lights that really make everything pop so well also. Yeah, like that thing, I don't know why he meant it. That's the only thing I can think of. Like, maybe it's like, it would be like, oh, we fought we fought Rosaline. Wait, you can wait? We won't wait. Okay, we totally could, but I think we'll just travel back here this time. But I'm so glad we got to travel there at all, which is fantastic. Yeah, really, really beautiful stuff. And like the fact that we get to just do that, man, it's so great. Again, beautiful winter wonderland, like an ice palace as well. But it is like interesting how they bring up like the bureaucracy and the political stuff, and how like everything is just being clogged by it as well, because there's so many different interests and all this stuff too. I think it's very upsetting. I think it's great that the Traveler is upset. Not that it's great he's upset, but it's great that he's thinking about this stuff as well, because it does feel like there should be a better way. It does feel like we should be able to just bring relief to people when they need it. No way! Oh my god! It's the greatest episode of all time! Ah!
Huh. Well, if it isn't Counselor
Counselor Tartaglia.
Tartaglia, Mr. Big Shot
Oh my
himself.
god, we haven't seen you in so long.
Go easy on me, all right? I'm still recovering from the interrogation the real Big Shots
Oh, his
put me
voice as
through.
well. Do you not see he was here?
Hey, comrade. It's been too long. I heard you came looking for me earlier. Nicest surprise I've had
Of course it is, man. This is the guy who literally said he was going to kill Tottori for us. Not literally, but I shouldn't say literally. He went to fight Tottori to save us.
Good to see you too, Odette. I'm guessing you guys just got back from Sviatlo Lajdovka.
Beautiful
How'd it
pronunciation.
go? Crisis averted?
Man, look at this. Look at this man. Look at this man. I can't believe we're here with him again. Is that just my... Wait, let me see the recording. Selena's going crazy over there.
It went fine.
We're fine. I cannot get her how fabulous she is, guys. She's like... This world was already fabulous. It was already like a beautiful, beautiful place. She just injected more fabulous into it. She found a way to put fabulous into a liquid form and injected it into the veins of Genshin. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
How about you? Any new developments?
Oh, look at him there with his boots. His big boots.
Not really. Same as ever. Growing opposition to Project Stuja, and the usual rebuttals are starting to ring hollow.
So the rebuttals to the opposition are starting to feel like just going through the motions, I'm guessing.
The results of the mock vote were pretty dire. Pulcinella was fuming. I've never seen the old man so angry.
So maybe it's not going in the favor of the Syriza?
That's not good news. It takes a lot to rattle him.
Yeah, obviously if push comes to shove, there are ways to crack down on dissent. But
What's the point of a vote then? You know what I mean? It feels like there is kind of like a... And then they didn't hide away from this. They said that that Mr. Pringle consistently will be able to like strong arm people. But then there's like no point of a vote then. I mean, someone's going to say, well, Calvin, that's politics. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I guess. You're not wrong.
Sorry, I have to ask something. This is going to sound blunt, but may I?
He asked him where he got the earring.
Huh? Of course, fire away.
It sounds to me like everyone's tearing their hair out trying to figure out how to deal with opposition to Project Stuja.
Mm-hmm.
But what exactly is this project's purpose?
Yes.
And how can it be so important that even people like you two
Whoa.
refuse to stand up for the ordinary people of Snezhnaya?
Traveler. Wow. Oh my god. Wow. Very, very powerful. The Traveler rarely will raise his voice outside of a major moment. Like a moment where he's dead on with a bad guy or he's fighting against somebody who is like... But I love this frame here as well. He's fighting against somebody who like truly deserves to be told to F off, right? And in this moment, he has a very, in my opinion, justified frustration about what's happening here. Because even now in this moment, when he saw what was happening with people with low resources, there's a monster on the loose and it's going to take months for them to get freaking help and relief. And then the first time he sees Tartaglia talking with Sandrone, the conversation isn't about how we're going to help people. It's how we can stop dissent or if there's a way to stop dissent. So his first reaction here has been bubbling up for a while. And it actually shows how freaking frustrating it has been for the Traveler. And again, it's understandable. It's so understandable. We were frustrated by it, like when we were talking about the whole thing of like the bare minimum relief and stuff.
Interesting. I gotta hand it to you, comrade. You sure don't mince
Tartaglia's
your
proud
words.
of us. I love that we shouted at Tartaglia and he's like, hell yeah. Ooh. Yeah, he's like, man, that's great.
Excuse him? What does he mean? Refuse to stand up for
He
ordinary
means,
people?
unless you have an explanation, he means what he said. And here's the thing, guys, I want you to know, I love Tartaglia. I love Sandrone. I love some of the Fatui Harbingers. I really do. But you guys know this as well. Like, when a push comes to shove, like, I want the Traveler to express himself because this is important. This is so important. And what he's saying is important. It may seem harsh, but it's important. There's people suffering here.
Oh my gosh. How does he dare speak to the Harbingers like that?
They're besties, that's why.
Are you interrogating us now?
A little bit. I feel like at this point we want to know.
It's okay, Sandrone. Let me explain. I think I understand where he's
I
coming
love
from.
the Traveler spoke up there. It got my blood boiling as well. What a great character moment.
If I could, I'd take your side right now.
Okay.
In fact, my position's very similar to yours. I've only held back on casting a dissenting vote in the Vetcha because the Tsaritsa would never let me get away with it.
Isn't that interesting? The child would be totally against Project Stuza if it wasn't for Tsaritsa, like, not, he won't let her. Which, again, by the way, my blood is boiling, not in a bad way. I think it just shows that, like, how great the politics is in this so far. Like, it's making me so interested and I want to hear more. But what's so interesting about this, you could say, oh, that doesn't sound like Tsaritsa. It kind of does. The Tsaritsa, by the way, I think has been built up a lot of times in our mind as this person who is like, oh, because I do have respect for her. I did have respect for her for the longest time. I did. But one of the things that they're saying here is, like, does line up what they said. Like, you can do what you want in your life, but do not go against the Tsaritsa's plans. That's the rule. That's always been the rule. The music's so gorgeous. Jesus Christ. So grand, so beautiful. Yeah, like, so this actually just makes sense. Like, it aligns with everything. The Tsaritsa is saying, you can do what you want in your life, but this would go against me.
Still, I have a responsibility to the Fatui armed forces, so I do what I can to make their voices heard. Most of them are just regular folks from small towns far from the capital.
And that's the thing as well. People might ask, why doesn't Tartaglia just go against get the ire of the Tsaritsa? I mean, first of all, I believe the Tsaritsa is probably, like, incredibly powerful. Like, incredibly powerful. Second of all, like, as well, like, I do also think that he, like, holds his position to the Fatui more higher than a lot of people might think he does. Especially since it pretty much saved him, right? But yeah, like, I love the Traveler brought this up, and I love we're hearing this as well.
I'm sure you've seen how much those kinds of places are struggling right now. Oh, and for what it's worth, I'm from Arepasak myself.
Okay.
Things aren't going so swell there either.
Great answer from the Traveler as well, by the way. That's why I asked. Isn't that so great? Like, he's not really letting up. He's like, hey, that's why I asked.
The Tsaritsa wants to create a better, safer future for the people of Snezhnaya. But she's thinking long-term. I don't doubt that from where you're standing, Project Stuja seems to be creating all sorts of issues for everyone.
Tartaglia, I love you with all my heart. You are my precious man, right? But the fact is, it's not where we're standing. It is factually causing issues for people. It is. And again, I have no doubt that this is probably the Tsaritsa's plan is going to help Snezhnaya in the long run. It's going to be something that is going to help them long term. But, like, I think the framing has to be, it is causing issues for people.
But considering the Tsaritsa's vision for the future, these are sacrifices worth making. Sounds cold, I know. But I promise it's not as black and white as it seems.
Tell us what's happening. And the thing is as well, it's like it's easy. And again, you guys, I know I have to say, you guys know I love Tartaglia. I don't have to say that. The thing is, like, but I love to say I love you, Tartaglia. The thing is, though, it's very, as I said last time, it's easy from a tower to say down below that this is a necessary sacrifice, right? But Tartaglia does come from someone whose hometown is a smaller place. Clearly, is a place that is more, like, susceptible to this stuff as well. So he does have a perspective that he sees it as worth it from a person who came from nothing, right? And I think that's a valuable perspective, right? It is. It's a valuable perspective. But also, I think as well, like, I wonder if you asked every individual, like, hey, what you're going through right now, is this worth it? I wonder what the answer would be. You know what I mean? And their opinions matter too.
Maybe Snezhnaya and I can't oppose Project Stuja outright, but we're constantly raising our concerns in Vetcha meetings. And even though we can't put an end to it, there are plenty of other ways to make a difference. We're trying everything we can think of, and so is Pulcinella. I respect Her Majesty the Tsaritsa and trust her decisions. But at the end of the day, I'm still just a normal guy who cares deeply about my homeland. And my family, who all live here.
I'm glad he brought this up, and I'm glad the Traveler brought this up, right? And I'm glad we can get their perspective, right? We may never see, like, fully, like, right eye to eye with this stuff, and that's okay, right? I want to make that clear here when it comes to, like, you know, my admiration for the Tartaglia, right? But again, I totally understand a Harbinger not being able to go against the Tsaritsa. That lines up with everything we've heard since the start. I totally understand that he's coming from the perspective of someone who has a family here and someone who has a brother here who could be suffering from this stuff as well. So if Tartaglia sees this as something, I'm not saying I'm going to sit here and be like, I trust it 100%. I hope it doesn't sound like that. But I do want to see what he's talking about here. And I want to see what maybe the Tsaritsa talks about here, right? It makes me want to learn more about this rather than just going gung-ho into everything. But I'm glad the Traveler brought up, like, 100% everything here.
There's no way I would ever abandon them.
Yeah, I'm very proud of the Traveler for this. Very proud of him.
As contentious as things can get within the Vetcha, there's no selfishness or malice behind it. Everyone wants to get through this period as smoothly as possible.
See, and I get that as well. That I believe that from you two, 100%. The two of you guys, 110%. I 100% believe that you guys that you guys do want to get through this. You guys do care. I 100% believe this, but I also don't think you can use a blanket term to say the entire Veshe. Everyone, Pantalone is literally in the Veshe, right? And while he could care about the people as well, I'm not saying he couldn't. We do know he also has a disregard for human life as well. So
the issue is that there's no way of pleasing everyone under the present circumstances. Most of the time, we're trying to decide on the lesser
this
of
is so
two
difficult.
evils, which obviously isn't a great look.
It's difficult because when you say the lesser two evils, they're saying that in the long run it's going to help out Snezhnaya, right? 110%. I totally believe this, right? And if it's come from these guys, I believe it too, right? But again, it's the lesser two evils is limited resources and people not getting aid and help in the right way that they should. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's just like real world stuff. It can get so murky and it's the tape here is so awful and it feels icky, and it's like my trust for these characters is so bright and always there. But as I said, I'm proud of the Traveler stepping up, and it just feels so murky and icky.
But that is not the same thing as being blindly loyal to the Tsaritsa. No one's got their head in the sand here. We're all well aware of the way things are. We're just doing our best to make it work.
But legitimately, you again, I know it's not blind loyalty, but you just said you can't vote against it fully as well. Man.
In fairness to Sandrone, she rushed to get Lodovka's aid the moment she heard that people were in danger.
As I said throughout this entire conversation, I have no doubt that Tartaglia and Sandrone want to help people in the best way possible. I have no doubt that they can't go against Tsaritsa because that's freaking terrifying, and it goes against their entire creed of the Fatui. They're not allowed to go against the Tsaritsa's will. Look what happened. Dotori literally got a death sentence put on him from Arlecchino because she went against the best interests of the Tsaritsa. This is what happened, right? I've no doubt in my mind. I've no doubt in my mind that Tartaglia has a close connection, as he does, to the people as well. I've no doubt in my mind that they want something good to happen as well. I just also think the other perspective is I'm proud of the Traveler, and also I'm just thinking about how every individual would feel about this.
And even Tartaglia, who used to only care about the thrill of the fight, is clearly doing his best to rise to the demands of his new role as counselor.
Sorry, maybe my question was. I don't see it. Can I be honest? I do not see it. I think it is a great question, right? Yes, it was very. You could say it was very aggressive and pointed, but I think that maybe you could say rude, right? You could say you're coming from an aggressive point, but I think anyone would understand the frustrations of what we've seen so far, right? I think we deserve to see what she's up to.
Hey, come on. There's only so much we can say, so don't press us too hard.
But
look, I know how untenable the Tsaritsa's position looks if you don't understand
then
her
we
motives.
then we should find out her motives. That's all I gotta say. It's saying oh, she has a bigger plan is great, but we should definitely also find out her motives.
Maybe you've heard already, but she's currently leading her army on a campaign to the east to defeat the monster that's been causing these brutal blizzards.
Which is so sick. It's so sick.
Striking that monster down will be a significant step in dealing with the present energy crisis.
Which is great. It's really great.
As laser-focused as she is on realizing her lifelong ambitions, she's still putting time and energy into taking down this powerful monster.
And that's great, but again, I know it sounds so horrible to say. I would expect people to destroy this thing so that people can be safe as well. I know I always sound so harsh when I say that, that's what you'd expect, right? There's a powerful monster ruining things for everybody. It's oh, she's going to destroy it. It's I'd hope. I know it sounds so bad, but I'd hope. But it does show that she is taking action. That's what they're saying here, right? Yeah.
To me, that says a lot. If she thought Snezhnaya and its people didn't matter in the grand scheme of things, why would she waste her time on something like this?
That is, yeah, I understand what he's saying. You have a good point. You've become quite the smooth talker. Honestly, he's become a little politician.
Thanks. I meant every word I said, though. I wasn't just trying to placate
I believe you.
I've already done more than enough diplomacy for
I
one
believe
day.
you. Again, that's the thing. I hope it never comes across as me, because I think it's important to question this stuff, right? I think it's more than important. I think it's more important to argue against this stuff and to have a different perspective against this stuff for all of us, not just for the characters in the game, for us as well, to have a nuanced view on this, to have a perspective on this. I think if we all just went oh yeah, sure, I think that would make the story not as fun to engage with. I never doubt Sandrone and Tartaglia, but it's obviously at the same time too. I think we should know what the Tsaritsa's plans are, because I think saying hey, just trust the plans is well, I don't know the Tsaritsa. I know you,
I still think this adventurer raises a very
Yeah,
important point.
Yes, Odette. Yes.
Our two harbingers have made their positions very clear. But there are many others in the Vecha
Yes.
who must feel trapped and forced to vote against their conscience.
Yes, Odette. You're so right.
I think it's a very valuable quality to be willing to speak one's mind, despite the risk of offending powerful figures.
It's mostly because we've known each other quite well. I think that's great, by the way, the fact that he feels confident enough to do this as well. But yeah, and I agree with her. It's like, we've impressed Odette because speaking our mind in front of like two people that are really like untouchable here in Snezhnaya is a really rare sight.
You can say that again. I highly doubt we'd feel the
Exactly.
need to explain
I agree.
ourselves so much if we didn't
I
know
agree
you
with that
so
as well. 110%. I agree with that so much. The fact that, like, again, I think if we were just a random person, they'd probably just be like, look, just trust us, Sarita. We don't got time for this. But they do adore us. Oh, the smile.
Forgive me, adventurer, but might I be so bold as to ask about your background? How is it that you can converse so openly with two harbingers?
Oh, haven't you been properly introduced?
Easier said than done. I like to think I'm not the kind of person who goes around busting open people's old wounds.
So I think, okay, it is about Rosaline, of course. Yeah, it is. I think that's what it is, yeah.
I've only learned his name so far, and no details of his
Oh, man.
experiences. Is
That has to be it, right?
something
That's
wrong?
the only thing I can think of.
Uh-oh. Is there no avoiding the subject of
I mean,
Rosaline?
you're gonna have to be, eventually you'd have to be honest. You have to be honest anyway, you know? And the thing is, like, it's hard, right, isn't it? Because, like, we're able to be honest with these characters that we knew so well. It's much more difficult sometimes to be honest with, like, a stranger, right?
No, it's just... All right. I guess there's no getting around it.
And by what I mean by that is, like, when you're close to someone and trust someone, it's much easier to be honest when you're... Because sometimes it can be hard as well when you to be honest with people in your family sometimes too. Of course it can be, but...
This is the world-renowned traveler who helped resolve the storm terror threat in Mondstadt, cleaned up after the mess I made in Liyue, and then went to Inazuma, where
Oh my god, even Tartaglia feels this too.
there was a duel before the throne, in which the traveler defeated Rosaline.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
Oh. But again, it's one of those things where the traveler did what he had to do. You know, it wasn't a situation where, you know, the traveler, if Rosaline that day said, I don't want to fight you, the traveler wasn't fighting her, I don't think.
I'm sorry. I didn't think you two would be seeing much of each other, so I figured it wasn't worth bringing
And
up.
of course, we met each other right away. I wonder how she feels about this.
it's fine. It was a long time ago.
No.
It's
If
fine.
it's not fine, it's okay to express that. We're talking about expressing our feelings here. If you have an issue, please come to us later and talk about this 110%. It's perfectly fine to talk about this.
Sorry, I just remembered that we have a rehearsal coming up. Please excuse me. I should get going.
And this is what I was talking about. People are going to react to it in different ways. You know what I mean? They will. Like, I think if the two harbingers understand the business side of it and understand the situation side where they knew, like, you live by the sword, die by the sword type of thing. And not that they understand what happened with the Raiden Shogun. I'm saying they understand that, like, a duel happened with the Traveler and Rosaline. But not everyone's going to always understand that. Very well done scene, by the way. Very well done. Very, very well done stuff.
I've mentioned this to you before, remember? She was Rosaline's most valued subordinate. But they didn't actually get along.
Oh, yeah?
Not that Rosaline was really the type of person to make friends, but death has a way of resolving a lot of conflicts.
Yeah. It puts things into perspective.
Don't let it weigh on you. Like she said, it was a long time ago. It's in the past now. Odette has a very different personality from Rosaline. Give her some time. I'm sure she'll work through it.
Yeah. And if she wants to talk about it, as I said, it's perfectly okay to talk about it.
Oh, by the way, where's Paimon? It's not like her to hide away.
She's not feeling too well, or she wasn't feeling too well, Tartaglia. Yeah, we'll talk about it later, but this was an incredible conversation that really made us think, and I think it's great to have a moment where the Traveler gets upset, they explain their point, we try to understand where they're coming from, we have Odette speaking up for us as well. Like, it's a complicated mess, and that's what you want. You want to engage with the story in a way that is, like, complicated, right?
She hasn't been feeling well, so she's resting at Pavorier Restaurant. I got a couple of my people to look after her while we were gone.
Oh, right. Sorry to hear that. Poor thing. Reminds me of when Tonya was little. She really felt the cold back then. Used to get ill all the time. I felt so bad for her seeing her lying in bed, coughing. She was so mature for her age, though. Whenever someone came to visit her, she'd greet them with a smile and would never complain. I'm sure Paimon's a good kid too.
She's amazing. She's amazing. And once again, Tartaglia sharing with us as well, which is always so great. Not great to hear the sadness, but more just like, you know, nice to have them. Nice that he's so open with us.
You're a little short on manpower, right? Let me have a couple of my people take over for yours. I'll send my most capable and reliable. They'll make sure Paimon can recover in peace.
Well, that would be great.
Yeah.
Your people are more qualified.
Thanks. Look at this father face too. Thank you so much, Tartaglia. He's amazing as well. Yeah, that conversation rocked me in a good way, but I'm so glad to have Tartaglia with us as well, and it's so sweet that he do this for us as well.
Don't mention it. I'm sure you have things to do. Hopefully this takes a load off your mind.
It's so good to see you, Tartaglia. I'm so glad you're doing well. I really am. I really am glad.
So no more accusing me of not being on your side, all right?
He made me feel so bad. No, the traveler was right to speak up. He was right to speak up. But again, I know Tartaglia would never let us get hurt. I know he would never, I know that. I know he's like, wants to be on our side all the time as well. Oh, I met the Jester.
Already? That was
Yeah.
quick.
He seemed to know who Paimon was. Yeah.
I'm afraid I can't help you there. Our director's recent movements are confidential. Even we're not in the
Everything
loop.
seems to be confidential.
If you hadn't told me, I never would have known he'd gone south. I assumed he'd been in Glupov this whole time.
Guys, I just got a strike of like lightning. How crazy is that we're in Snezhnaya talking to two harbingers? Just chatting with two how crazy is it? Like, look how far we've come. Oh, I see. Got it.
Well, I guess I'd better go sort out Paimon's security situation. I have some other work to catch up on at Glupov anyway.
Me too. I have an incident report to write up. Let's leave it there for now.
Yeah, great scene. Absolutely fantastic scene. Sure thing. See you. Look at them walking together like workmates.
I guess everyone's in a difficult position. But Tartaglia's right. I have things to do. Things I want to do. And things I ought to do. To start with, I should ask Alosha if he knows any way to help Svietlo Lydovka.
Yeah. Yeah, great scene. We'll talk about it more later because I talked already about like really in depth there as well. But as we're heading there, I guess we can like talk to him there as well. But like, as I said, like I'm glad that Odette spoke up at the end and was kind of like, no, he raises some good concerns. People are afraid to speak up in the Veshe, but also having Tartaglia and Sandrone be like, not offended, but kind of being like, look, like we oppose it too in a lot of ways, but we can't openly vote against it right now because that's going against Tsaritsa, which lines up with exactly what we've heard about Tsaritsa before. And I think it's a great eye-opening thing. Whilst we see the Tsaritsa as this very open ruler who's like, you can do whatever you want, which he is, like, you can do what you want within reason. It's like there is still a leadership thing here where she's this powerful entity who you do not go against if you're a harbinger. You just don't, right? That's the whole point of it. That's the whole thing as well. And then also trying to find in between workarounds to making people comfortable while there's a crisis going on, but also saying in the long run, this is going to help people out as well. It's a very complicated problem.
This is a new sight for me.
But as Odette says, I think it's like the traveler was right for speaking up. Odette was right for talking about like how regular people would not be able to speak up for themselves either. It was all really well done. It was a really well done scene. And then the stuff with Odette and Rosaline, as I said before, it doesn't matter if the Harbingers understood what was happening. They kind of understand like the fact that Rosaline came to Inazuma and fought us. We didn't kill her. They understand that we fought her and she fought us. But from the perspective of everyone, that's not always going to be the same, right? And especially if you have regrets about something too. Great scenery.
How strange. This sword seems to be vibrating of its
No
own
way.
accord.
How magical is this?
It's a very faint vibration, but it's getting stronger as I get closer to the statue of the Seven.
Wait, what? To the statues?
Does this sword have some connection
way.
to the statue? But all it does is vibrate, even when I touch it.
What could this mean?
That place I got this sword from was definitely out of the ordinary. Maybe I should try channeling the power of cryo.
Yeah? Look at his eyes, man. Wait, I thought I did I? Oh, use the power of cryo on the statue. What?
There really is something special about this sword.
Oh my god, what did we just do? What did we do? Enhance? Oh, that's it. Okay. We can enhance the blade. Is this gonna be a good weapon for the traveler? The traveler journey far into the foreign lands, all for a slim chance of redemption. No way. Origins of Stellar Grace? When the traveler equips this, their attack will increase by 16% for 8 seconds after they hit an opponent. Huh? At the same time, they will also regenerate 3 amounts of energy. This effect can be triggered once every 5 seconds. This can be triggered even when the character is not in the field. Wait, so if we equip does that not sound OP? If attack will increase by 16% for 8 seconds. Oh, every time we hit an opponent, then we can do multi-attacks and do more damage, I guess? Interesting. That sounds like it could be really good, right? Can we put it on other characters as well?
I don't really understand what just happened, but I'm pretty sure this sword just got a little more powerful. I'll have to try the same thing again when I come across another statue of the Seven. In the meantime, I'd better go find Alosha.
Wait, will I try to do that now? I guess not. We're going to find Alosha. Man, I love they're doing so much intrigue, like with stuff with the Paimon, the sword. What is Project Stuza? What's the position? Like, what's the position or what's the idea? How will the Tsaritsa react to us? Will we reconcile with Odette, or will we have a good relationship with Odette? There's so many like different questions. Is Paimon going to be okay? Like, you know, it's all these different things, and the answer is yes. By the way, she will be okay. But there's so many different ways down here. There's so many different questions already. Some bigger than others, some really important, some like, you know, on the periphery, but still. Where are we going? We can go here. Through there. Really cool. I want to go the normal way as much as possible, even though I just hopped over a fence. Just so we can see all the scenery as we're going through areas. It's such a grand place. As I said, you can in the daytime you can feel the crisp air. It feels crisp. It feels like you could I feel like I can feel the air here. It's like very warm here where I am right now in Ireland. But like I feel like I'm cooling down looking at this stuff as well. And look at this area too. In the nighttime it becomes like a Christmas movie special. It's very cool. I want to go the normal way. Walks on the pipe. Very cool area as well, like a shopping area. God, the music's so perfect, isn't it? It's just so perfect. Gorgeous music.
Hello there. How can I help?
I'm looking for Alosha?
Ah, sure thing. Give me a second. I'll go fetch him for you.
Thank you. Alosha tries to tell him what happened and says, "Oh, that's my bad. I left the recording for a second."
It's a familiar story. I've had similar experiences. Although Snezhnaya doesn't deliberately delay or withhold relief, those first few days of waiting for help are
and I
always
like them making the
hardest.
distinction where it's like they're not trying to like withhold relief. It's like it's just hard for them to get through the red tape.
It's a fundamental contradiction. If emergency relief can't be delivered in time, what's the point in even calling it emergency relief?
Yep. Nowhere in Snezhnaya has enough energy right now.
Not necessarily. I think there's a good chance that Kresny Crystal from Stratomeros will start flowing
And
into
that's
the
the thing.
market.
It's not a gift, right? People still have to pay for their energy, right? Really, why?
When we resolve Stratomeros' energy issue, it's like we open the floodgates. A huge backlog of Crystal is now available to the townspeople. There's no way they can use it up at once.
At least there's something there for people, right? For sure.
A lot of them will probably stockpile it and slowly work their way through. Probably a good idea, since energy prices are only going to keep
Jesus,
rising.
dude.
But there will always be people who urgently need more.
So sell to highs, but that's awful though as well. It should just be rationed out. It should be rationed out to people.
Exactly. At the current prices, selling Crystal is an easy way for an ordinary person to
Yeah,
make
but
a fortune.
it should be given to like how much energy you need for every 2 months. It should give everyone enough energy to heat their houses for 2 months, to cook their food, with a bit of excess.
Hey boss, how much do I have left in my account?
Oh my god, you're so cute.
1 second, let me check. So, you're planning on buying the Crystal out of your own pocket?
Yeah. I don't know if I have enough, so I'll chip in a little extra and buy as much as I can afford.
Let me cover this.
No, it's fine. You're new to Snezhnaya, and you have your own living expenses to worry about. Besides, you're already providing the
Buddy,
train.
I haven't leveled up a character in 6 months. I got Mora.
Here's your Mora. See what you can find at the market. But I doubt there'll be much Crystal left.
Let me get it, man. I have so much money.
Yeah, well, can't hurt to take a look. Let's see. Huh?
Odette! What's Odette doing here? Oh my god, she's so fabulous.
Oh, Alosha, and...
And me. Hello, all the travelers nervous. Of course he would be. She walked off clearly a little bit upset, or at least shook.
Hello.
I didn't realize you two knew each other.
We teamed up and stepped. Austin, we usually knew each other.
Yeah, I take on some odd jobs in the city to supplement my hunting income. Sometimes I work as a cleaner or prop hand at the theater where Odette is one of the
Wow.
big stars, so I've met her a few times.
That's interesting, right? Like he's kind of like a jack of all trades.
When the weather's as bad as this, it's better for a hunter to adapt than to keep looking for game.
Yes, and we sometimes need extra
Of
help.
course, I've been in stage productions before. Like if you need like a lot of like hands on deck. I think it's so strong here that they're showing an awkward interaction, right? Like it's not something that's like, you know, they're not fighting each other yet. They might have a little bit of a fight later. Who knows? They might have a bit of an argument there. They might have a little bit of a spat later. They might reconcile next line. But I'm glad they're showing the awkwardness of this. You know, it's good. It's good writing, in my opinion.
Wait, why is the atmosphere so awkward? I thought things went pretty smoothly in Svietlolaidovka.
Long story.
So, what brings you here, Miss Odette? Looking for some new props?
So am I right in saying though as well that like the narrative would be that it's not that the narrative is like we killed Rosaline. The narrative is that we factually weakened Rosaline to the point that she could not fight back, right, against the Raiden Shogun. I don't think I'm wrong with that. I'm not saying it's an accurate thing because we didn't intend to just weaken her, right? It's not, we didn't intend that, and that's not what we like. We weren't like fighting beside the Raiden Shogun, but that's what happened in someone's mind if they were looking at that, right?
No. After I got back to the theater, I couldn't stop thinking about the situation in Svietlolaidovka. It bothered me so much, I couldn't focus on my dancing.
I'd love to see her dancing in the theater.
So I decided I'd come here and see if there's anything I can do.
Couldn't let it go either. Absolutely fabulous. She's a superstar and she loves helping people.
You too, I presume. I suppose that's why you're
Yep.
here. I didn't feel comfortable expressing my true opinions in front of the Harbingers. Not least because ordinary Fatui like me don't even know what Project Stuzha is all
And that
about.
makes sense, right? That's why it was such a shock that we stood up for our opinion, right?
Without knowing the full picture, I can't make sense of it. And at some point, if things aren't making sense to me, I can't just keep going along with it.
And that, I think it's fair as well, because that's what we were saying, right? We're saying that it's like, yeah, at some point he has to know exactly what's happening. So like to say like, hey, you know, hey, just trust the process. not knowing what the process is getting to. Like if we knew what it was going to, make the process a lot easier, right? Knowing that where it's ending up.
So many people feel the same way. They wish they could do something, but all kinds of reservations hold them back. Explains why groups like the Rokot are springing up to fill the gap.
I agree. If you take people's voices away, they're gonna find a way to like have a voice. You know, they're gonna find a way to do it. I love that she brought that up. I do love she brought that up. Because knowing exactly what it is would make it a lot easier to like accept it.
Yes. Well, that's one option. But there are risks to consider with organizations like that. The Fatui does not encourage their activities.
Right, because things can get out of hand, and it's hard to hold the right people accountable when they do. I've heard about a few cases like that.
So he's saying the reason why they don't support this fully is because sometimes like rebels can turn into people who are just using it for their own gain, maybe, and they do stuff that is like wrong. But like honestly though, like if you guys know me, I'm a very big supporter of rebellions. If it does get out of hand, that probably means that there's something done on the side that was that they're rebelling against.
Sandrone said Odette was on track to inherit the title of the Fair Lady. If so, she'll be able to find out what Project Stooja is really about.
So she's not only she's gonna be a harbinger. I just took it as like she's gonna get a title like cause you know like that's maybe Rosaline had on the side. No, she's gonna become a harbinger. Oh my god. I didn't even think of this that they replace harbingers.
Still, it's probably a little soon to ask her about that. There may be more to the story.
Interesting. Sorry I didn't pick up on that. I just thought like maybe they thought Fair Lady was like a term for, you know, how lovely Rosaline was, or how, you know, maybe she was a performer as well.
What's on your mind?
Nothing. I just spaced out for a moment.
I think we can both agree that no matter which side you're on, it can't stop you from doing the right thing. Where there's a will,
I like Odette. I like Odette a lot. But yeah, like that's the thing. As I said, if a rebel group is getting a hand, that means the people they're rebelling against are probably doing something sucky. Odette here is an absolutely fabulous character with such a strong head on her shoulders. Like she's such a great perspective.
I know what Rosaline did while she was abroad. You made the right decision, so no hard feelings.
Right, and that's the thing. We stand by what we did. We stand by fighting Rosaline, because what else were we supposed to do? Like, you know, like, what else were we supposed to do? I think we all stand by it as characters. We all stand by what we did. You know, what happened after with Raiden Shogun can be debated, 100%.
So, what's your plan?
Oh, we were gonna buy some Crystal. I heard there's some on the market right now.
Funny, I had the same idea. In that case, let me pay. I can claim it back as mission expenses. The real issue here is that government relief is behind schedule. Surely it makes more sense for the state to cover these costs than for us to pay out of our own pockets.
100%. I think the government should be literally giving away this energy. You know, if there's an energy crisis, then you should be helping out.
True. It's a huge expense after all.
Thanks for helping. She's so fabulous. No. Fabulous people go over there. Yeah, I like fabulous people. You're looking great.
Let me see. I'll take it all, please. And I'll be needing a receipt.
She's so cool. Man, Odette is so cool.
Right. Choose mission budget under the expense category, but be sure to specify emergency rescue operation in the description. Otherwise, the normal reimbursement limit will apply.
I'm sorry, but who is this serving like hell? Fatui member. Look at her. Where'd she serve? What a serve. She is serving C. Look at this. What the hell?
Let's book this train. Regulations say that if we need to transport Kresnik Crystal during Project Stooja, extra carriages can be added 1 hour before departure.
This is great, by the way. It's showing how how much she cares, but then also how she is like, you know, a member of the Fatui. She's efficient. She has a plan in her head.
That should do it. The train will be escorted to its destination by Fatui guards.
This is my first time seeing you handle Fatui affairs, Miss Odette. It seems you're as skilled an officer as you are a dancer.
Yeah, she did amazing here. She did really amazing.
You flatter me. It's only because I've been doing both my whole life.
I'm glad we're in safe hands. Yeah, she has a very secure feeling, right? She's a very secure feeling.
Anyway, I bet you've been non-stop today, am I right? Any idea how Paimon's doing?
I've had my hands full, but I'm going to go back and check on her now.
What's wrong? Who's Paimon?
Oh, she's the bestest buddy who ever lived, I'll tell you this, Odette. You'd love her.
His travel buddy. Hasn't been feeling well. She caught a cold right after they got to Snezhnaya.
Sounds like she's important to you.
Very.
I can't believe you've been dealing with this on top of everything you've been doing to help the people of Snezhnaya.
I couldn't just turn a blind eye to her suffering. Paimon wouldn't want that either. Exactly. That's such a great way to put it. And again, Odette is realizing how, like, maybe, like, thoughtful the traveler is as well.
I've got nothing going on right now, so I'll join you.
Well, that'd be
I
lovely.
want to see how she's doing.
That'd be so nice.
May I come too? I have some candy that someone gave me back in Svietlo-Laidovka. Plus, I know a little bit about relieving cold symptoms.
I'm sure she'd appreciate the company. And she'll definitely join the candy. 100%. Odette, I'm telling you this right now. The fact that you're about to give Paimon candy and, like, help her cold as well, I guess, too. I was already sold on you. Now, like, there's nothing that can stop you, ever. If you turn out to be an evil mastermind who murders everybody, you're going to have 1 free pass. I'm just saying that right now. Maybe 10.
All right, then. Let's go.
People are going to be like, well, Aji, Dotori,
I still don't know what the deal is between these two, but at least the tension seems to have vanished. A good sign, hopefully.
For now, anyway, 110%. It could come back up later, right? But I think that they united over, like, helping people. I think also as well, like, there's a moment there where, like, you know, she sees, like, how much the traveler is, like, legitimately trying to help Paimon while, you know, helping someone else while his own traveling partner is sick as well. Looks like I just can't explore Snezhnaya the way I want to, guys, unfortunately. I'm gonna have to warp. I was gonna walk through the area just to take a look at the place there, but I got stopped twice for a world quest on my way here. Very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. And I can't, like, I think people criticize that did this for years. I have focus mode enabled, by the way. It doesn't change anything. It's I'm just gonna say what it is. It's silly. It's so silly to start a world quest just randomly on the map. People might say, well, how are you gonna find them then? You can put a marker on the map. You can, and then go over and interact with something, like, or like, see, like, for example, if you see, like, say a character like trying to lift a heavy object, instead of just having the cutscene just activate while you're trying to do something, have it be like Paimon go, oh, hey, look, there's, or your character be like, hey, look, there's someone who's trying to lift something over there. I wonder if we'll be able to, like, help them. And you know that that's a quest then, right? If it sounds like I'm frustrated, it's just because I can't believe we're in Snezhnaya and this problem hasn't been fixed. And some people might say it's not a problem, and that's your take. That's fine. But for me, it is an issue, and I think other people find it an issue too as well. Randomly, when you're doing another quest, having another quest pop up, and then this big unskippable cutscene happens or dialogue section happens, it's like, you know, it's not fun. It's not fun for me. It's not fun for me. When you're so into the story as well and so into everything that's happening. I even forgot what I was talking about, so hopefully I'll remember later on. I just can't believe it's not fixed yet. I really can't. And it's not that it's not fixed. It was intentionally put in there, so it's not like they're aiming to fix it. So obviously they don't see it as an issue. But I think, you know, some people might, and some people might not see it as an issue. That's the thing. I might be speaking just from my perspective. But I think, so I don't want to be like, they haven't fixed this yet, when a lot of people might like it. I don't know what other people, I know a few of you guys don't like it either. But I'm wondering what other people's perspective is on that as well. You guys let me know. Maybe in the community, people are like, yeah, we don't really have an issue with it. So maybe I'm just speaking out my butt. And if that's the case, then, like, I kind of want to be quiet about it, because in that stage, I'm just like, it's just one person. No, actually, no, not be quiet about it, but more just be like, Well, that's just my feeling then. Not just like, oh, I can't believe they didn't fix it. Because it's like, that's like saying like, I can't believe they didn't fix a feature that people actually like, you know? But right now, I'm just not a fan of that feature.
Hello. Sorry, but there's a sick person recovering in this room. Can I
Oh, is that who
help you?
Tartaglia said here?
What happened?
It's okay. No need to worry. Are you one of Tartaglia's guys?
Oh, please, excuse me. Are you the Traveler? Could I take a quick look at your Adventurer Handbook? Master Child said I should verify your identity.
Oh my god, the size of it.
Ah, it's really you. Sorry for the inconvenience. We're under strict orders from Master Child to keep this room well guarded. At the same time, we can't interfere with Podvoye Restaurant's business. That would only seem all the more suspicious and draw unwanted attention to this room.
I just love the. I'm not surprised this happened because I'm not gonna be like, oh well, Tartaglia did it so fast. Of course he did. Like he's gonna help out Paimon and the Traveler. Of course he would.
Besides myself, a few of my colleagues are stationed in and around the restaurant, in plain clothes, of course.
Wow.
Rest assured, you're in safe
He
hands.
really has. Okay, that's cool. That's really cool. That's really cool.
I didn't expect such a high standard of protection.
Well, Master Child handpicked us for this special assignment.
Yeah.
We're not about to let anything go wrong.
I mean, of course, he adores our character. He adores Paimon. And he adores the Traveler.
Anyway,
that's awesome.
I won't keep you any longer. Please, head inside.
Really great stuff. And again, like I expected him to send someone there, but like also like how cool is it that he actually like has undercover people watching the place as well, so he doesn't disrupt the place. Amazing. I can't wait for Odette to meet Paimon. I think she will like him a lot. Like her a lot.
Traveler! Oh, Osha, you're back! Oh, hey! Who's our new friend?
This is Odette, Paimon.
Hi, I'm Odette. The Traveler and I crossed paths a few times.
She's a member of the Fatui, but she's solid. We can trust her. I love the word solid here as well to describe this. But yeah, she's, no, Paimon, like, look how fabulous she is.
Another friend from the Fatui, huh? You're practically a member yourself by this
I
point.
mean, yeah, kind of. How are you feeling?
Paimon's definitely on the mend. We should be back to our usual travels in a few days' time.
Great stuff.
Seems like that doctor was right. It's just... Paimon's limbs are still feeling a little chilly.
So you must be still a little bit sick?
I have just the thing.
Whoa! What's this?
It,
Is that a flame inside an ice cube?
yeah, man.
Wait, is this real ice?
Again,
How's it
amazing
not
visual.
melting? And how does the fire keep on burning?
All keen observations. You're right. This is called core ignis. Whenever I've caught a cold in the past, I found I recover much more quickly if I place this by my bed. You're welcome to borrow it.
I love those like kind of like cultural like healing items or cultural like you know just cultural items, right? That we can see in different worlds and and they hear like this item that can like I guess warm you up when you have a cold.
Awesome.
Oh look when she's cradling it.
Wow, it's so nice and warm. Oh, it's like magic.
So by the way, Odette can never do anything wrong now, no matter what she does.
Your name was Odette, right? How did you two meet again?
Looks like she's in pretty good spirits.
Aww.
That's a relief.
Look, she's already chatting away to Odette. That's so sweet.
Any progress with your investigation yet?
Nope.
No surprises there, I'm sure. They're not likely to let anything slip.
Guys, Paimon and Odette are having like talk in the background. Look at this. I need to try a different approach. I want to look into this Roka. Oh, that's a good idea. Yes.
The Rokad, huh?
Because they might know something as well. They might know what's really going on. Yes, that's a great idea.
Let me think. Members of the Rokad keep their true identities hidden, but I think there might be someone I can introduce you to. Leave it with me. Meet me at the Korolyevsky troop tomorrow, and I'll tell you how it goes.
This is such a good idea from the Traveler. Like, what a fantastic idea.
Would anyone like a drink? I'm gonna head to the bar.
Man, look at Paimon. She already loves Odette. That's, again, for Paimon to, like, love someone so quickly. That's a big deal.
Paimon will have...
Oh, my God.
maybe some hot milk? Yeah. Paimon's in the mood for something warm.
Hell yeah.
Enough with the secret chat, you two. Let's catch up properly in a minute. Paimon wants to know everything that's happened today.
Yes, yeah, not having Paimon does hurt as well, but I love that she's already warmed up to Odette.
It'll be kind of like tabletop troop. No reason why listening to a story can't be an adventure.
Sure. Yeah. Just like a good storyteller. Quest completed. Oh, is Paimon sleeping on the bed? Rest until the following day. So I think we're gonna end the episode here and then come back. And I don't know how long this is, right? If it's by usual standards of like maybe what Nod Karai was, then it would be a little bit longer. It could be a little bit longer. If it's by, you know, any Archon Quest standards, usually 3 or 4 or 5 around there parts. Usually like the most it is. Sometimes it's only 3 parts, sometimes it's 4 parts, sometimes 5 parts. So like I say we are close to finishing it. But I like this act. I think what's happening so far with this act is that it's all about setting up the world building, the culture, the politics, the story behind everything. Which, by the way, like you need to do, and I think they're doing a great job of this as well. You know, I think that like Nod Karai did that too, where they had like the build up of showing like was it curatorium? Was that what the first part? We know that learning about the culture there was a big thing too. That's what first act should be. I feel like there should be obviously big moments and even action packed moments as we already had with Odette. But the introduction of new characters, politics, the culture, the visuals, the new music, like it really lets you settle into the world while you're getting so much cool information. And I really love what we've gotten so far as well. Should we stand in front of this? No, it's too sparkly. I say it's too sparkly. You might be like, what do you mean too sparkly? I say too sparkly because I want you guys to have a good viewing experience as well. You know what I mean? So it can be an issue if it's like one of those situations where I'm talking about everything that's happened and do you actually get more mail? Oh, nice. And like there's a big bright light shining at you. You know what I mean? And I don't want that either as well. Let's hold on a second here. Let's bring out Alosha. Let's fit the theme again. Where did we put Alosha? I guess we can just add him to this team. We know Nikita's going to have this team as well. Yeah, you can see there. I got to like level 55, which is easy to do with leveling up Skirk, and I was like, I don't want to do this.
All geared up.
Yeah, really great stuff. Again, it's one of those things where like I think this has been such a fantastic introduction to stuff. And you guys know like I love the story. I love like when they bring in character moments, political moments, social moments, all the stuff is happening here in this world, and it's really well done. So, bit by bit here, I actually think this is one of the most like well written like introductions in terms of the whole act so far, but even like the section we did here as well. Having the politics on full display or having the complications, also like showing like how imperfect the situation is in a way that's like even as Tartaglia and like Snezhnaya, who are people we trust, are talking to us directly about all the stuff that's happening here. They're asking for trust, right? And I think I even love the fact that like even with these characters of trust, we still have a character like Odette who's being like, yeah, but it's harder to like fully get behind this when this is happening. When we don't know the full reasoning behind this stuff. You have groups like the Rotok who are fully against this. You have the Traveler speaking up at full volume. And I think what's so good about that is that it shows that this is a situation that the game wants you to engage with in a more complicated fashion, where it's not sitting here asking you to condemn Tartaglia and Snezhnaya. It's not sitting there asking you to support Snezhnaya and Tartaglia. It's not sitting there asking you to like think that everything's black and white. Right, and I think that's what is always so good about Genshin. Genshin is a game of grays. Even though some things are black and white, and I think like sometimes people, think that nuance is just saying, good, bad, bad, good. when in reality, like, there's an absence of nuance if you just call something that's purely bad, like black, gray, because then that, like, you know, it's not nuance. It's just like allowing something to be like that's bad to be good, if you get what I'm saying. But we had this beautiful tea party with the lovely Snezhnaya. And I think it was like one of the things that like we got to like learn a lot about, like, you know, the world, the politics, the surrounding situation when it comes to like Tartaglia and all the stuff going on here as well. We got to learn about Odette and also learn about like maybe the political standings here as well. We got to find out that basically Tartaglia has become a counselor, I should say, within the government, been handed down from El Capitano. And we learned that, like, obviously Capitano like admired Tartaglia and saw a lot in Tartaglia as well, and also saw him as like a perfect person to like inherit his troop, his soldiers after that. And by the way, like, that's inheriting the Capitano's troop is like inheriting like $1 million. That is like a loyal, fierce group that would have died for the captain. So they probably respect his opinion a lot. And I love the reason that they gave. And again, I think this is my interpretation of the reasoning, is that Tartaglia, in my view, doesn't have these grand notions and these grand plans. He doesn't have this thing where he's going to like try and like take over the world. He's going to try and do something really horrible. He doesn't have this thing in his mind where he aims to plot and scheme, right? But they have mentioned that there is people like the Jester and Mr. Pringle and Pantalone who genuinely do love a bit of plotting and scheming. You know what I mean? And they're openly saying this. Like, Snezhnaya even said it too. Like, the Capitano didn't trust them fully with these troops because they would just take the troops and then take over. There'd be nothing else anyone could do at that point as well. So giving Tartaglia these troops not only gives the Tartaglia like a very good political standing in the Veshe, where he's now like head of like the kind of like he represents the soldiers, but he also is now someone who won't aim to like use his power and influence to like strong arm this place and take over this place and use the soldiers in that sense too. It's a really like great political move from the captain, but also like it's very clearly like he saw something in Tartaglia, and I think it's beautiful to the point that like when that thing happened in Liyue, the mess that Tartaglia did, and who even said in this episode the mess that he did, the captain was like very frustrated and very upset with him, and that's because he believes in him. And that's what I got from that. It wasn't a thing of like belief of like, oh, he believes in him because he's like, you know, he's powerful. He's like, or he was angry with him because it was stupid. I don't think the captain would bother getting angry with someone unless they did something really horrible to him or he believed in him, if you get what I'm saying. And like, because why take the time? Why take the time to get the time to be bad or like to be angry with Tartaglia? Unless like it meant that you could actually like, you know, get something out of it as well and help him in that way. Not get some out of it in terms of like, you know, wanting something, but like, you know, maybe Tartaglia could learn in that sense after that as well. That's why he was upset, because he probably saw a lot in him and saw so highly of him as well. So we learned about like obviously the representations of Pantalone with the money. Mr. Pringle is like someone who is like a political mastermind. He is like the center of all the stuff too and all that stuff as well. And then also Tartaglia on the side is someone who represents the soldiers. Everyone has like a representation there. But we learn from this that this is kind of like the reasoning why this place works so slowly, is because there's so many different groups that have so many different like needs, right? And so many different like, you know, wants and perspectives. And by the way, I want to make it clear, a multiple party system is good, right? It's a good thing, but this isn't multiple parties. This is like multiple factions within the same party, right? And that's why like it's not the same as like having multiple parties that are so vastly different in their opinions. Like say like, you know, you might have 5 parties in the country. I know in like America, like it's 2 parties, right? That are like, you know, that whatever about that as well. But like in I know in Ireland, it's like multiple parties, like in like almost like 5 main parties, like 3 bigger parties. And that's the way it kind of goes with that sense as well. And I feel like that is what they're trying to say here is not that like, you know, a multiple party system is bogging things down. It's the fact that everyone has like their own things that they need to look after, which means you have to go through mountains and mountains of red tape to get anything done, to even send aid, to make a decision, to dole out, you know, resources. It all has to go through like a mountain of red tape to make sure it's like okay on every end. To the point that the Traveler even said that there must be a better way to deal with this as well. But I do love that they did explain that, like, you know, Tartaglia is like, you know, moving up in the world. He's representing something that's like, you know, could be good, and having him in the Veshe is probably better than him, like, you know, not having him there as well. The same with Snezhnaya is someone who like clearly like is on the side of the people, but obviously at the same time too factually is like has to support the Tsaritsa. They do. They just have to. They don't have to, right? I want to make that clear, but it's like the same choices, like, you know, and again, and this is my view anyway, it's like putting a gun to someone's head and being like, hey, choose whether you want the bullet in your head or you want to eat this bowl of dog food. It's like, if they eat the bowl of dog food, you didn't go, you got a choice. It's like, that's not a choice. It's called a forced decision. You know what I mean? And I feel like in this case as well, like, I don't know if they're saying the Syriza is going to, like, would kill them, but we know for a fact that, like, when the Tory went against the Syriza, there was an order that basically said if you need to take him down, you can. That's not really a death sentence, but there is a notion that, like, hey, we can't go against the Syriza. We just can't. And that's been built up since the start of the game. They've been built up. So I'm not saying sitting here saying Syriza is going to execute Tartaglia, but I'm just saying there is probably a fear there and also a respect there and also a thing where, like, they're like, we can't go against her no matter what. And they've built it up since the entire game. They have 100% built it up for the entire game as well. That doesn't make it fun. And I want to make it clear because later on we had that conversation with Odette and Tartaglia and Sandrone, which I said, I'm incredibly proud that the Traveler stood up there and said something. You know, what he was seeing was like a very big frustrating moment here, and it's understandably frustrating. It still is frustrating. People have limited resources. They're being sold resources at the highest prices possible. The relief that is sent to places where there's monsters being attacking the place, it's going to take weeks or months or whatever to get there and actually help the people out there, or days even. Like, is that emergency relief? No, it's not emergency relief. Like, it's not. That's like, you know, someone like going like, hey, Calvin, help me. And I'm like, okay. 3 days later, told you I was on my way, buddy. It's like, I'm literally in the hospital now. It's not emergency. And then the Traveler made that clear as well. And again, the Traveler raising his voice is frustration of what he's seen. It's not a hatred for Tartaglia. It's not a hatred for Sandrone. It is an understandable frustration of the stuff he's seen. And I'm glad he spoke up. I am glad he spoke up. And then also Odette kind of backed him up too, because I think that what they did here was so masterful. They had Sandrone and Tartaglia basically say, like, in no uncertain terms, like, we don't agree with everything that's happening, but in the long run, this could be a better thing. We can't tell you exactly what's happening, but in the long run, this is going to be good for all of Snezhnaya. But then you also have the perspective of the Traveler, which is like, well, I'd like to know exactly what's happening with this to know if I can support this or not. Then you have the perspective of Odette, who's like, I agree with that. Whilst, like, I'm glad he spoke up to people, and people in power should have people speaking up to him, which I agree, by the way, all the time. One of the most interesting things happens in the real world, and I think it's one of the most frustrating things in the world as well, is that like politicians now, and like a lot of times in America happens too, but they're treated as like celebrities now, where like if like someone will go to like a college address and like a politician speaking like on the stage, and then someone goes, you did this and it's wrong and you did this, and then they get like kicked out and like they're like told, and the whole crowd goes, stop insulting them, and that can happen a lot. So like, I think there is like a need, if you sign up to be a politician, if you sign up to be in power, criticism comes with the game. And if you can't accept that, then I don't think you should be in power, right? I don't think you work for the people now. That's what you do. I know it's different here because it's one of those things where like it's not the same political system, it's not the same democracy, right? But I'm saying that like, I'm glad that Tartaglia and Sandrone took the criticism to heart and then tried to explain their perspective. And I'm glad what Odette said is true too, which is like people who are in power like this should have people stand up for them. I'm glad there's people that would stand up for the people as well. And it was actually a really great moment because of it. It felt really strong, and I actually thought it was really I thought it was really great. I thought it was really, really great as well, to have the Traveler speak up. And then also, as I said, Tartaglia's perspective and Sandrone's perspective is this, from my view. It is, we know there is problems happening. We have people we love who are also in trouble. We would stand up for these people even more than we possibly could now. But the issue is, like, we legitimately in public cannot stand up against this. We cannot vote no. And even the Tartaglia talked about it. Like, dissent is going to be squashed out, like, if it gets too far. But it's like, dissent is kind of needed in these situations a lot of times too. But again, the perspective of Tartaglia is like, this is going to be better in the long run. This is something that we are trying our best to help. The Syriza does care. But it's one of those things where they see no matter what, Project Syriza, whatever it is going to help Snezhnaya long term. Where at the end of all this, it's going to be like, oh, we're going to look back and be like, oh my god, that did work out really well. But again, right now, it's understandable from Odette and the Traveler's perspective. It's like, well, it'd be easier to feel this way and support that if we knew where this was heading, right? You know? It's easier to be in a car ride when you know, like, oh, we're heading to this place, you know? It's easier to, like, you know, commit to something when you know what you're committing to. And I think it's a great perspective having Odette and the Traveler kind of counter Sandrone and Tartaglia while also still having like this healthy debate and having this like conversation amongst them where like you're like, okay, I don't agree with this, but I understand this. Oh, I don't agree with this. Oh, but I get this. I hate this idea, but I love this idea. I love you, but I don't like this perspective, but I like this perspective. That's what's great about this. It's engaging. It's complicated. It doesn't make you feel like you have to think about this stuff as well, and I love that. And I want to make clear that when I'm saying like, oh, it's good to have a healthy debate, right? I'm not saying real world stuff. I also have to say this too because like, you guys know like at this stage like my perspective on morals and all this stuff too. Like, I don't think there's debates over like, you know, like there's no debates over like human rights, for example. It's human rights or not human rights. You know what I mean? Like people deserve human rights, that type of thing. You know, because I think sometimes when people go like, I enjoy a healthy debate amongst different opinions, they think that it sounds like I'm saying that like, you know, if you have an opinion of like, I don't think persons have rights. Like I'm going, well, thank God we disagree and can have fun. It's like, no, I don't like that person. Get out of here, you know? But it's one of those things where like like, you know, I have to say this too. I think in this moment here, I think the arguments and the debates were happening here were needed. I think the Traveler speaking up was needed. I think Tartaglia and Snezhnaya, while we didn't agree with everything, I'm glad to hear their perspective and hear stuff I did agree with and stuff I didn't agree with. I would say mostly I wasn't like fully on board, right? But that's because I don't know what project she was in. That's what's so great about this game. The fact that I'm not fully on board with everything Snezhnaya and Tartaglia said is like great that the Traveler and Odette are also like, yeah, if we knew more about this, we might be a little bit more on board. But it's like, all we see is like, and this is the story. This isn't just us. The story is the Traveler and Odette see people suffering. They see people dying. They see people not getting relief. They see monsters attacking with no relief being sent. They see limited resources and people having to buy resources, right? All this stuff as well. We all see this, right? So then as the player, we see this too and we get frustrated. So then we have this thing where we get these explanations and we understand like the parts of what they're coming from as well. But I'm glad that the game is like has this kind of like great way of like showcasing like, yeah, the characters are also like feel the same way. It's like if we knew what was happening, this would be a lot easier. Which is a great thing to have. So yeah, great scenes, great sequences. Odette's a fantastic character. I love her stepping up there too. And even after that as well, having like Odette show how she's supporting this place too by buying all those resources and us wanting to give out those resources too, and even supporting Paimon later. So it shows how lovely she is, and Paimon warmed up to her right away. But another thing I feel like we learned as well about Odette is the stuff with Rosaline. And the stuff with Rosaline is like really like powerful, because what they've done with Rosaline post-death, for a while she wasn't really part of like the story post-death, right? She was almost used in a way originally as a way to show how powerful the Raiden Shogun was and what Raiden Shogun's capable of. But the game has really come through, I think, in the past like year or so even, with showing how since Not Karai, I feel like, and maybe a little bit before as well with other bits as well that I didn't see, but I mean in Not Karai, I really feel like they've emphasized the fact that she was like a really lovely soul who loved the people in the Fatui Harbingers. Obviously, like we have to be honest here and say like, because I recently saw that scene again where she attacked the Traveler, and she like held him back and just like knocked him out. Like her troops knocked him out. Like we have every right, and as Odette said, and I love how Odette said this, is like you did the right thing. You fought against the Rosaline because she was fighting you. The last time we saw her before that was legitimately like when we were getting like attacked and like knocked out and stuff. No, I think we saw her in Leeway. I might be misremembering her being in Leeway. I don't know. But like you have to understand, the Traveler like was fighting against someone who like, you know, threatened him and Venti. But that's not the point. I'm saying post-death, they've really made her like into a character that is emotionally heavy and so emotionally powerful for her relationship with Columbina and Snezhnaya, and now with Odette as well, where Odette didn't see eye to eye with Rosaline, but she had a beautiful realization afterwards that like a lot of those things don't matter, those arguments post-death. Again, I'm not talking about like, again, I always say, I'm not talking about awful people. Like awful people don't deserve your respect even after they go. But I'm talking about like in terms of like someone you like liked or loved or at one point just disagreed with, and it was something that like, you know, wasn't, you put some perspective, right? When someone dies, you go like, oh man, maybe we shouldn't have like argued about that 10 years ago, you know, and you start thinking like that. And in this case, it's making her think about maybe her perspective on Rosaline, and the stuff with Rosaline is so fabulous to me, because it created a new tension. It creates a lot of love. It creates a lot of emotions for characters, but then here it created like a little bit of a tension because, in my opinion, a very well done idea. Odette felt a bit awkward around us. This is the guy who weakened Rosaline enough that the Raiden Shogun just picked her off in 2 seconds. But But again, I love that they have Odette being like, I understand why you did it. I understand why you fought her. I'm not, it was, like in that way, but this is her feeling awkward. That's so human, right? It's so human to have a character who like be like, I understand why you did this. But also still feel that awkwardness at the start of like, how do I approach this? The both of them were feeling awkward. And I think they did a fantastic job of like showcasing why this feels very real. Because a lot of times when this stuff happens, when like say like, oh, that's the person that did this or whatever like that, or like they did something against to my friend, even though I feel like it was warranted or whatever, like they fought my friend and I felt like that, my friend kind of deserved it at the time, but it still feels awkward. There's a moment of awkwardness. There's a time of being like, oh, how do I approach this? This brings up old feelings, that brings up old wounds. And even Tartaglia and Snezhnaya knew it was going to bring up old wounds. And I think they did a really fantastic job of making that awkwardness sit there for a bit. So we felt it. We definitely felt it as well. The scene with Odette, with the introduction of Odette and the battle we had with her and using her, her moves are awesome. Her moves are fabulous. The whole thing with like the creating a double that attacks, fighting together with that double, the ultimate is really cool too. Her character design in general is just absolutely beautiful. Like the sparkly shoes were like, oh my god, incredible. The swan at the back doing the kiss that turns into a heart. The kind of like ice crystals on the bottom of her dress, and then kind of like the very like blue tinted like princess style kind of like ballerina style like tiara and dress at the front as well. She's a fabulous character. She really is. And her moveset is also awesome too. And as I said, I loved the moment where her introduction really was that battle in that cave. That moment when she jumps out of the cave and like comes after us as well. Again, as I said, that scene would have been fine and would have been amazing if it was a moment where she saved us, or like by grabbing us as she tried to jump, or like we saved her. Either or. But what instead we got was like this moment where it shows how elegant she is, and like even in this cave that's falling apart, we have a character like Odette who has no issue elegantly navigating a cave collapse and making the cave collapse look like it was like the act 3 of like a full-on ballet, a ballet, a play. Like it looked elegant, it looked freaking amazing, it looked fabulous. It was so like pretty and magical, and like I've never seen a character make a cave and feel like it was like a ballet, make it feel like it was a gorgeous light show. It was like something that was so delicate. And then even at the end there, I love they had the traveler like move the earth up so she could have a slide and to come down. It shows that teamwork and the camaraderie that they have together as well. And even the cutscene was incredible too. I thought the introduction to Odette was fantastic. It was so great and so fabulous. I keep using the word fabulous because it's the best way to describe it, honestly. Yeah, and as I said, we're going forward. We're gonna have a lot of intriguing stuff happening in Project Souza. Eventually meeting the Rooster, the Tsaritsa off, doing stuff, which again, we have to mention as well, the Tsaritsa is off doing something like really important right now as well. And then like also like the sword we got, the Fallout Project Souza, the Rokot that we're going to meet now. There's so many intriguing things, so many things that are really like amazing. And again, as I said, this act for me is perfect. This is how you introduce something. You let us get, again, I'm not saying it's easing us in slowly, like it's like, oh, this is like too slow. No, like I feel like they've done such a good job with showing us like how exciting the train stuff was. How exciting like coming to the new, to meeting the Jester was at the start. The drama of like that cave-in and that battle that we had there as well, meeting Odette. Learning about the culture, the politics, the world, seeing the world itself. The gunplay we had as well, like there's no way in history that I could ever call this in any way, shape, or form boring. I hope never, when I say like things are like, they're easing it into it, I hope it never sounds like that. It is one of the best introductions to an act ever. I think this is one of the best opening acts ever, and this says a lot. Because we had Nod Cry, which is incredible. I think Sumeru genuinely is one of the greatest opening set chapters to a game. Like, if you put that in any game, you are talking about one of the most incredible opening chapters to a game ever. I think all that stuff is completely true, but I think this is like, I think it's one of the best. I think this would be top 3 easily opening acts. And I haven't even finished yet of what they've done amazing here as well. But again, as I said, love the visuals, love the music, love the introduction of Snezhnaya. And like I said, the introduction of Odette. But yeah, as I said, like, I hope, I don't think I need to say this. I hope it never comes across as me being like, F Tartaglia, F Snezhnaya. No, I love them, and I want to hear their perspective, and I know that everything's complicated. I know everything is a gray area. I know we're not going to get along with them all the time. I know we're not going to agree with them all the time. But that's kind of like what's going to happen with the Fatui Harbingers a lot. We're not always going to like be like, oh yeah, great, like we agree with everything they do and all this stuff as well. If that was the case, like, we've disagreed with the Knave in the past. We've disagreed with the Captain in the past. We will disagree again. That's what's going to happen. That's the price you pay for having friends, being friends with, you know, an organization that is the Harbingers, right? And the Fatui. Like, that's the price you pay. The price you pay for being friends with such fabulous people is the fact that you have, like, a shady undertone all the time. Even though I know that they would fight for me as well, and they do love us as well. But guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. Thanks so much for supporting the series so far. And all Genshin, like a lot of you guys have been here for a while. Even if if you've been here for like a week, 2 days, a year, 2 years, thank you so much. It means the absolute world to me seeing everyone talking about these videos. And if you want to see these videos early, you can do so on YouTube members or on Patreon for €1 or whatever it is in your currency, and you get every single Genshin video early. And you get every video in general early as well on YouTube members and Patreon for the lowest tier of €1 or whatever it is in your currency. You can always check there as well and see what it is as well. If you want to see your name go by in the text credits, which is going by right now, that is the Chunky Baby Gangsta tier, and that's €10, and you get your name in every single video, not just Genshin. And if you want to hear your name be shouted out, that is the I Can Never Repay the Baby Gangsta tier, and that is the verbal shout out we do at the end of every single video as well. And I want to say thank you to the patrons first at the highest tier, that being Ty Pharaoh 2, Jamie Bull, Johnny the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yuld, Anusta, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, High Kasperian, Neo Showerite, Leah 200, Malcolm Kunde, Axter21, and the highest tier of my YouTube members, Blasco, Lucinagi, and Zay. See you guys soon. Bye bye.